What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories.
5YG. Chapter 131 The Fourth Ninja War. It starts now. Advertisement. As Mifune's words fell, Raikage put one hand on the table. Looking at Minato on the opposite side. Hokage, since you initiated the Five Shadows Conference. Then you say, what is the problem? Minato nodded, pondering for a moment. Speaking of, dear hidden village shadows, this Five Shadows talks will be held. The reason must be clear to everyone. Minato glanced over everyone. The tail beasts in each village were arrested by the same organization Akatsuki. Originally, Feng Youhui in my village had already wiped out the Shao organization. Nay, he met a man with a mask. Take away the golem of the seal-tailed beast. Sighing's eyes look at Shang Wei. Wei shrugged. Well, he ran too fast. Raikage snorted. Who knows if you let go on purpose? Wei glanced at Raikage. Raikage, it seems that the lesson for you has been forgotten. Raikage heard the words, fell silent. Mifune signaled that Minato can continue. Minato slowly tells a heavy news. Actually, the identity of the masked man, we are already the master. Nani, what, who is it? Minato took a photo from her arms. Put it on the table. His identity is my disciple, Uchiha Obito. Raikage slaps the table angrily. Naruto, are you kidding me? Why are you Konoha ninja so many things? The other shadow's brows are also frowned. Look at Minato. Yuji Terumi supports her chin with her right hand. Now, Naruto, although I don't want to say that. However, this incident was actually caused by Konoha village, right? Minato was stunned and nodded. Ah, that's all right to say. Raikage angry again. If the tail beasts cause damage. Advertisement. Do you take this responsibility, Hokage? Seeing Raikage who was about to fall into anger again. Wei raised his hand on the side. Seal Raikage's mouth. Raikage, what is lost is your tail beast. Even if the tail beast strikes. I also have the ability to protect Konoha. But what about your other villages? Raikage was taken aback, gradually calmed down. Wei unblocked Raikage's mouth. Eyes swept across the crowd again. To put it bluntly, this is to save yourself. The shadows are silent. Wei motioned to Minato to continue. So, this Five Shadows meeting is for the establishment of a coalition army. Come and resist the coming war together. Gaara frowned. Hokage, why is there a war so sure? At this moment, a sound came from everyone's heads. There is indeed a war. Spiral patterns emerge in the void. Obito's figure appeared in the meeting room. The crowd was taken aback, and hurriedly got up and looked at Obito. You are Uchiha Obito. The most grumpy Raikage has appeared in front of Obito in an instant. Wei looked at Raikage, indifferent. It's nice to get a taste of Kamui in advance. Lateral bolt of pain. The hand knife condensed with lightning style slashed towards Obito. What? The hand knife went straight through Obito's body. Raikage's face was shocked. Nani, I saw one of Obito's Rinnegan looking towards Raikage. Shen Luo Tianzheng. Endless repulsive force will drive Raikage away. Raikage steps heavily on the ground with both feet. Looking solemnly at Obito. What is that ability? No one answered him. Obito looked at the people who were slightly settled in front of him. My eyes fixed on Hui's body. There was a killing intent in his eyes. Advertisement. Feng Youhui. No longer paying attention to Wei, Obito slowly said. I'm here to inform you. The Fourth Ninja World War, from now on. Onoki sniffs. Boy, who do you think you are? The Fourth Ninja War. Don't think of yourself as Uchiha Madara. A smile appeared on Obito's face. Tsuchikage, are you scared? Tsuchikage snorted. Don't be kidding, how can the old man be afraid of you, such a hairy boy? Obito no longer cares about Tsuchikage. Speaking to everyone. This war is to create a better world. And to achieve this goal. You need the power of the tail beast. The power of all the tail beasts. Humph. After talking so much, is it still fighting for the tail beast? Gaara said angrily. After all, the one tail in my body was pulled out by them. Obito continued. Different from Pain's group, I need tail beast to realize a plan. Collect all the powers of the tail beasts and summon 10 tails. And I will become 10 tails Jinchuriki. Then project my pupil power onto the moon. Obito stretched out a finger. No one will die. Obito looked at Gaara blankly. What beautiful world. Even if I want to see my mother, I don't want to use such hallucinations to deceive myself. Nuo Jiao Hao Infinite Tsukuyomi. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Everyone's expressions are stunned. All are hallucinations. I have to say that Obito's method of finding weaknesses is really accurate. This is just your wishful thinking and peace agency. P.S. Ask for flowers, ask for tickets, ask for rewards. Gaara trembled. In the world created by Infinite Tsukuyomi. There will be no more wars. Gaara, 5th Kage, do you want to see your mother again? Do not make jokes. Gaara waved. But Gaara still stubbornly shook her head. Advertisement. Chapter 132 Embarrassed Obito. Advertisement. After Gaara finished speaking, Obito's expression became unusually dark. Look up. Single Mangekyo, single Rinnegan reveals infinite indifference. In this world, there really is no need for existence. Since you don't understand, then go to war. What? Minato has arrived in front of Obito for some time. The traits in his hand stroke Obito's chest without mercy. Obito's pupils shrank, and he didn't react at all. Thorn it. Suddenly, blood splattered. Obito hurried back. Holding his chest hurt. The duel of a few years ago flashed in my mind. Ms. Minato, did the Flying Thunder God mark have been planted at that time? As expected of you, Minato at this time is no longer the sunshine of the past. The face is full of chill and a touch of guilt. Obito, that's enough. This world has been messed up by you. If you do this, what would the underground Lin think? It's okay if you don't mention Lin, when you mention Lin. Obito said crazy. 973 inches a world without Lin is hell. I want to create a world with Lin. After all, let out a deep breath. Staring at everyone. The purpose of declaring war has been achieved. Everyone, see you on the battlefield. At this moment, Wei stood up. Smile on face. Obito, come here, just go like this, isn't it a bad idea? After all, snap your right hand. Snapped. Space enchantment. Invisible ripples radiated from Hui's body. Obito's pupils shrink. Not good. That trick again. Open Kamui in a hurry. But it's too late. Kamui's space is closed immediately. What? Bleeding eyes. Looked at Wei with fear. The intensity of this space has also been greatly improved. I saw Raikage appear instantly. Advertisement. This time, you can't avoid it. I saw Raikage concentrate lightning-style chakra, BCFA, on his feet. Top-down kick to Obito. Guillotine drop. Boom. The dust is flying. A huge smoke envelopes the two figures. The smoke cleared, and Obito was unharmed. Raikage's legs are covered with dense wounds. Obito kicked Raikage away with disdain. Huh, is it worthy of being called Raikage? What? At the moment when Obito was distracted. Countless gravel gushing out of him surrounded him. Sand monster wrist. A huge sand hand appeared behind Obito. Obito glanced at it from the side of the light. Speaking indifferently. Shen Luo Tianzheng. The repulsive force instantly destroys the hand of sand. Onoki's hand Yuyan said to the three of them. Help me delay some time. Terumi may be my part. Fast seal in the hand. Lava-style solving monster technique. Terumi may spit out viscous and corrosive acid from her bulging mouth. Shoot straight to Obito. Obito's eyes are weird. The one-eyed Shenluo Tianzheng's cooling time is still too long. Thoughts in my heart crossed. Pull out the Uchiha group fan behind. Uchiha rebounds. Wave. The moment the acid came into contact with the fan, it was bounced back by the fan. Obito puts down the fan. Onogi has come to Obito for some time. Cubes in both hands are aligned with Obito. Dust escape original realm stripping technique. The transparent barrier of the cube instantly imprisoned Obito. There was a trace of coldness on Onoki's face. Go to that world and confess. Little devil. Obito is in the barrier, but there is no panic on his face. Grin open. Only you, it's not enough. Boom. A huge roar came from the barrier. Oyemu was too lazy to talk nonsense, and directly detonated the enchantment. Advertisement. Smoke away. Gaara looked there nervously. Resolved. Oyemu smiled and said. It has been separated into atomic states. At this moment, a cold hum spread throughout the audience. Huh, Tsuchikage, you think too much. I saw Obito's figure floating in the void. Unscathed. Nani, how can this be? How can you survive that trick? Obito shook his right hand imaginarily. Useless. At the same time, what's in my mind? Damn it, the life-saving thing that the old man just gave. Actually use it now. The way below listened to Obito's heart, and raised his brows. Think. Old man. What old man? It seems that the deviation of the plot is indeed a bit big. At the same time, Obito came back from thinking. 5 shadows, see you on the battlefield. Then he looked at Shang Wei. Feng Youhui, your space barrier is indeed very strong. But, I can't stop me now. After all, the void behind Obito cracks. Slowly surrounded Obito's figure. His eyes are always on Wei. See you next time, Feng Youhui. Wave, with a sound of space closing. Obito's figure disappeared in the meeting room. Everyone's faces are full of anger. Raikage bears the brunt of watching Wei. Boy, obviously you can stop him. Even kill him right here. Why not do it? Wei glanced at Raikage. Are you teaching me to do things? Raikage held back his temper after hearing this. Indeed, Wei could leave Obito by hand at that time. But after hearing Obito's voice with my heart, Wei dismissed this idea. After all, such a ninja world is interesting. Chapter 133 Ninja World Preparation. Advertisement. Looking at Obito who disappeared, Mifune ordered his samurai to clean up the meeting room. Everyone sat at the table again. This time, the expressions on the faces of the shadows have to be more serious. Although Obito did not attack, but relying on defensive power. Everyone is helpless with him. Change the noise before. Everyone was thinking in silence. Minato clapped his hands. Attract everyone's attention to yourself. With a light cough, he said slowly. Presumably, now everyone should have some impressions of the enemies afterwards. Gaara folded her arms and looked at the water. The door said. Naruto, this war, Sunagaku participate. Terumi Mei looked at Wei above, and nodded too. Kurigakure also participated. Onogi also made a timely statement. Iwagakure participates too. Then, the four looked at Raikage. Raikage snorted. Cloud Shinobi Village will also participate. Mifune above smiled. Ninja is so united, it's really rare to see. In that case, set up the Ninja Alliance army. After Mifune finished speaking, everyone nodded, and there was no objection. Minato said, since the coalition has been formed, then I will say a few points. Lift finger. Xiaohui knows Obito's base camp. Then why don't we take the initiative to attack? The remaining four nodded. Minato continued. Second, I hope that the command of the coalition forces this time will be given to the strongest person. After all, you have to sit in the rear, so as not to be attacked by the enemy. The eyes of the four people looked at Wei. There is no doubt that Wei has the strongest strength. Unexpectedly, Wei waved his hand. I'm wrong, whoever of you loves to be whoever is. After all, my eyes swept across Raikage. Leave it to Raikage. Raikage and Uncle Minato sit in the rear. If there is any change on the front line, Uncle Minato's flying thunder god can also be there in time. Everyone heard the words, their thoughts flashed, and they thought it was better. Advertisement. Afterwards, everyone discussed the details of the Five Shadows talks. When night fell, the meeting finally ended. Wei and Minato came out of the meeting room. Stretched a lot. Wei yawns. I really am not suitable for this kind of meeting. Minato smiled and looked at Wei. Xiaohui, you may have to participate more in future meetings. After all, you must be the next generation of Naruto. Hui's mouth twitches. Hey, isn't this matter we've said that we won't mention it for the time being? Minato scratched his head. Well, I want to mention it when I see you. Wei shook his head helplessly. Uncle Minato, you go back to the hotel first. I'll find Uncle Mifune. Minato nodded and left. Wei came to Mifune's door alone. Knock on the door gently. There was an old voice from Lu Xian. Come in, Xiaohui. Wei pushed open the door. I saw Mifune sitting quietly, wiping the knife in his hand. Uncle Mifune. Mifune nodded. Sit down. Wei put the paper umbrella beside him and sat in front of Mifune casually. Mifune asked while wiping the knife. Xiaohui, do you think the ninja world can really unite this time? Wei shook his head. This time is a good opportunity. There is also a smile on Mifune's face. Yes, this ninja world has always been fighting separately. For many years, a common enemy finally appeared. Maybe, the future of ninja world will be even better. Having said that, Mifune sighed. I don't know, can I see such a ninja world? Wei comforting Mifune. Well, uncle, this war will end soon. When the time comes, you will be able to see. Mifune chuckled. I hope so. After all, look at Wei. A trace of evil flashed in Hui's heart. Just listen to Sanchuan speak. Advertisement. Seeking flowers, 0. Xiaohui, I'm getting older. From now on, the country of iron. Wei hurriedly blocked Mifune's mouth. Stop, Uncle Mifune. Hui's face is full of helplessness. Why do I have to take care of one or two of them? Mifune's face changed. Who else? Wouldn't it be Minato? Wei shrugged. Otherwise, who else? Hearing this, Mifune would walk out when he lifted the knife in his hand. Wei hurriedly stopped Mifune. Uncle, what are you doing? Mifune's angry face. Labor and management went and cut him. So many people in Konoha can be Hokage, why do you have to? Wei said that it was good or bad that he calmed down Mifune. Then bid farewell in a hurry. He left Mifune's home. Wei didn't dare to stay all the way back to the hotel. I woke up the sleeping Minato. Sleep to sleep, just step on the horse to know that you sleep. I burn my eyebrows. Minato opened his eyes in confusion. Xiaohui, what happened? Wei threw Minato's clothes to him. Quick, put on your clothes and return to Konoha. Minato twitched his mouth and looked at Wei with a bitter expression on his face. So, I became a shield. Wei shrugged. The two of them were making trouble and they returned to Konoha at dawn. I can't say clearly for a while, the wind is screaming. On the way, Minato, who woke up, finally understood the whole story. Well, it's not a shield, after all, you really think so? It turned out that Mifune wanted Wei to stay in the Iron Country as a daimyo. Minato. Wei lifted Minato. What happened? Uncle Mifune wants to kill you. Minato was so confused and driven by Wei on his way back to the village. Wei said seriously. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Minato. But Wei said that Minato let him be Hokage. Chapter 134 Assemble. Go to war. Advertisement. When we came to the entrance of the village, Wei and Minato said. I went home first. Summoned the three women to the living room. After talking about the ninja allied forces with the three of them. Let three people digest at home. Wei came to Minato's office. At this time, Minato has dispatched Anbu to notify all the ninjas in the village to gather. What? As Jonin keeps entering the office. Everyone started whispering. Master Naruto summoned us, what the hell is going on? Jonin on the side whispered. I heard that it seems to be going to war. Hey, where did you hear it? Because labor and capital are Feng Youhui. 973. Everyone was taken aback, and looked back at Wei, who was holding a paper umbrella. Everyone scratched their heads. Ah ha ha, Master Wei is really humorous. Yeah, war or something, it won't be true, right? Wei just shook his head. Come and sit down on the sofa. Minato looked at the people who had come together. Put your hands down and signal everyone to be quiet. Cough slightly. Zu-kun, the war is about to begin. Jonin surprised. Nani, really going to war? Fight with that shinobu village. With Minato's words. Jonin starts to noisy. Minato clapped his hands. Draw everyone's attention. This time the enemy is not other shinobu village, but the common enemy Uchiha Obito. The purpose of war is to protect the peace of ninja world. So, this time our 5 great ninja villages will assemble into the ninja alliance. The ninjas fell silent. After all, war or something brings painful memories. Among them, Kakashi has the greatest mood swing. At this moment, Kakashi looks at the ground, his thoughts do not know where he is flying. Obito, do you really plan to fight the ninja world? Minato finished the plan with the ninjas, and ordered everyone to prepare. Depart for the battlefield tomorrow. Advertisement. Everyone left the office with this shocking news. Wei looked at Kakashi, who was still motionless, stepped forward and patted the latter on the shoulder. Brother, let's go back to. Go to my place for dinner tonight. Kakashi's thoughts were pulled back. Gaze across Wei. Ah, it's Wei. Then waved. Forget it, I'll eat at home tonight. Wei shook his head. No, that's it, Kakashi. After bidding farewell to Minato, pulling Kakashi back to Feng You's house. Enter the house. The 3 daughters have recovered from the shock. Fighting each other and preparing dinner. Wei came to the kitchen. Xian, add more food tonight, brother is here too. Shi Yan heard the words and looked back at the white hair. Wipe your hands clean and come to Kakashi's body. Brother Kakashi, welcome you here. Kakashi scratched his head. Aki, Xian, don't you need to be so formal? Shi Yan shook her head. No, after all, you are Wei Kun's eldest brother, so etiquette can't be left behind. Kakashi's mouth twitched and waved his hand. Hi, Xian has worked hard. Then I looked at Tsunade, who was walking out. Hello, Master Tsunade. Tsunade said with a smile. Sir or something, don't add it. Kakashi leans back. Is it Wei already? Look at Shang Wei with a puzzled look. Wei, who was eating melon, looked at the gaze from Kakashi. Nodded. Ah, it happened a long time ago. Kakashi. Why do I have to come over for this meal? Just tricked in to kill the dog. Kakashi said he didn't want to talk. Sitting quietly on the sofa alone. Thinking back to my failed life. In this life, it seems, people who know. Advertisement. Only guy left. Do you really want to? Kakashi thought of something vulgar. I feel the goosebumps all over my body. Shaking his head fiercely. Get rid of this idea. Wei looked at Kakashi, who was playing happily alone. With a dumb look on his face. Big brother, did he take the wrong medicine? A few people happily finished dinner. Watching Wei being fed by 3 people. There were tears in Kakashi's heart silently. As soon as he finished eating, he decided not to stay for a while. Farewell to Kakashi. A few women sitting in the living room. Look at Wei. Shi Yan asked. Wei-kun, is the war really settled? Wei nodded. Ah, it's already settled. Furthermore, I will leave for the battlefield tomorrow. The girls were silent for a moment when they heard the words. Look at each other. Look at Wei seriously. Wei-ju, we also have to participate in the war. Wei was surprised. Give me a reason. Tsunade patted his chest. Anyway, we are also ninjas of Konoha village. Wei swept across the faces of the girls. Are you sure? 5.0 people nodded solemnly. Wei Qing sighed. Actually, it's not that you can't go to the battlefield. But, I need to give you some life-saving things. Wei thought for a moment in his mind. I saw Reiatsu all over the body, quickly condensed on the body of the 3 women. The 3 curiously looked at Reiatsu walking around. Wei smiled. I will put some Reiatsu on you. My Reiatsu can protect you. If I encounter an enemy that I can't beat, I will get news as soon as possible. The 3 nodded vigorously. I saw Reiatsu split into 3 parts and entered the body of the 3. Chapter 135. Go to the battlefield. Advertisement. The 3 women clenched their fists, feeling the power surging from their bodies. This is the power of Wei-kun. So powerful. Wei waved his hand. Well, the 3 of you will get familiar with this power. After all, Wei went back to the room. No words for a night. The next morning. Konoha village is surrounded by a solemn atmosphere. News of the war has spread among the villagers. After Wei finished daily training. Wearing a jet black kimono. Stepping on the wooden exhibition, holding a white paper umbrella. After saying hello to the 3rd daughter. Go out to the Hokage building. Along the way, countless villagers came to Wei spontaneously. Master Wei, the war must be won. Master Wei, be careful when you go to the battlefield. Master Wei, Konoha will win. Wei smiled and responded to everyone. Surrounded by everyone, they came to the bottom of the Hokage building and entered the Hokage building. 12 by the office window. Sarutobi Hiruzen and Minato smiled and stared at Wei. Sarutobi Hiruzen puts down the cigarette belt. It seems that you are right to choose Wei. Minato chuckled and opened his mouth. Third generation, I am sure that Teru is Konoha's future. Turning his head to look at Sarutobi Hiruzen to his side. Third generation, do you believe it now? Sarutobi Hiruzen's old face is full of smiles. Ah, Minato's vision is better. Minato responded modestly to third generation, and then went on to say. Third generation, this war, I want you to stay in the village. In this way, Konoha's rear is also guaranteed. Sarutobi Hiruzen heard the words and waved his hands. Minato, you seem to be underestimating me. Minato opened his mouth and said nothing. Indeed, Minato is the idea. Because Sarutobi Hiruzen's body has already entered a period of decline. The strength of one body can be played at most 7 or 8. I saw Sarutobi Hiruzen take off the imperial robe. Advertisement. Exposed black combat uniform. A gleam of light flashes in Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes. Fourth generation. Don't underestimate me. Minato looked at the prepared third generation and couldn't help but smile. Third generation, you can surprise me. Sarutobi Hiruzen snorted triumphantly. After all, the old man used to be Hokage. Always prepare for battle. Minato nodded. Third generation, I have been taught. At this moment, Anbu's figure appeared behind them. Master Fourth Hokage, Master Third Hokage. Ninjas are all here. Minato nodded and motioned for Anbu to leave. Speaking to the third generation. Third generation, let's go. Downstairs, conference hall. Countless ninjas stood below early. The tragic emotions brought about by the war, in particular, permeated the air. Everyone is silent. Minato and Sarutobi Hiruzen come to the stage. Look across the ninja below. Everyone, cheer up. The voice echoed in the empty meeting room. The ninjas looked at Minato directly above. Minato's face is full of seriousness. Everyone, this war is about the future of shinobi. It's more about your loved ones. Friends, look at what you are like now. We are Konoha's ninjas. We have the strongest strength in the ninja world. Listen to your chests. Pick up your confidence. Minato's passionate speech made more and more ninjas raise their heads. His eyes are full of passion. Oh 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 oh. Long live Hokage-sama. War is war. Minato looked at everyone. Wave fist in hand. This battle can only be won. Advertisement. The ninjas also held their fists high. Oh 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 oh. This battle will win. Trust yourself. Looking at the Konoha shinobi who has regained confidence in the audience. Minato was relieved. But there was still a sigh in my heart. I don't know how many lives will be taken in this war. How many people will be displaced. The third generation on the side seems to see what Minato is thinking. Chuckled. Minato, look away, it's not the first time you have participated in a war. Minato shook his head. Third generation, although it is not the first time to participate in the war, but. The ninja who glanced across the stage. Every war will always cause irreparable harm. Third generation heard the words and smoked a pipe. Speak slowly. 973 This is the cruelty of war. Then his eyes fixed on Wei who was in the audience. But this time, we Havope. Minato's gaze also looked at the dozing Wei. Smile again. This battle will win. Moonsuke. To share the worries for Minato-sama and Wei-sama. Countless voices entered the ears of the ninjas. After counting the number of ninjas. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. After Minato left the necessary ninja and Anbu. P.S. Ask for flowers, ask for tickets, ask for rewards. Wait for our guy to spin. The ninjas also kept responding to civilians. Don't worry, we will definitely win. Seems to be looking for his relatives. The civilians on both sides swept past the ninjas in the team from time to time. And set off with all the remaining ninjas. More and more voices came from both sides of the road. Masterpiece. To win. Ah. Hope. A group of people walking mightily on the street. Yusuke. I want to come back alive. Chapter 136 On the battlefield. Gathering in 5 Ninja Village. Advertisement. North of the country of fire, within the country of frost. Minato led the Konoha troop finally to the meeting place set by Gokage. Teru looked back at the ninja who looked at Konoha who was a little tired. You are on standby. Yes. Afterwards, Wei and Minato came to the house together. After waiting for a while, the shadows of other shinobu villages have also arrived. Gokage and Teru stood on the high platform, looking at the ninja below. The 5 major powers have been fighting each other for many years. The ninjas in their respective ninja villages cannot understand the ninjas of other countries. After all, it may be the enemy who killed the other's relatives. In this situation, no one can keep calm anymore. Looking at the daggers and crossbows. 5 shadows on the high platform, frowning. Terumi Mei glanced at Feng Youhui, who had a calm face next to him. There is a smile on the corner of the mouth. Ah, Master Wei, what should I do in this situation? Terumi Mei knows what kind of person Wei is. Instead of letting him gather ninjas. It's better to let him pretend, cough, kill the enemy. Wei casts a glance at Terumi Mei, who is smiling with a dark belly. Iya, is Mizukage teasing me now? Terumi Mei was stunned when he heard the words. Face blush. What molesting? I just ask you. Ao and Chojuro behind Terumi Mei look at such a shy Terumi Mei. That was quite shocking. Chojuro touched Ching's arm. Hey, Mr. Terumi Mei was blushing just now, isn't it? Green mouth twitched. Ah, it seems so. Shing sighed in her heart. Since Kei rescued Kurigakure a few years ago, Terumi may seem to have never let go of Wei. Shaking his head, dispelling the boring thoughts. Shing looks at Wei, wants to see how Wei ends. I saw Wei sigh softly. Mizukage, the idea of having a black belly like this is still rare in the future good. After all, it's easy to get married. Green, Chojuro. Terumi Mei. Terumi Mei's head began to appear one after another hash. You have the ability to say it again. Row, advertisement. Terumi Mei's chest is constantly ups and downs. ... She is indeed angry. You can't get married. No, no one wants you. It's not right, you can't find the right girlfriend. Hey, he seems to have a girlfriend. Terumi Mei is lost in thought. Terumi no longer cares about Terumi Mei, who is angry alone. Come to Gaara's side. Gaara, who is meditating, feels someone in front of her. Looking up, Wei stood in front of him holding a paper umbrella. Gaara asked suspiciously. Wei-kun, what's the matter? Feng Youhui does not speak. Gaara, hey, if you look further, you will get goosebumps on your back. Just when Gaara was about to be unbearable, Wei sighed. Gaara is fried. What does sigh mean? At this time, Wei was struggling with one thing. That is, do you want Gaara to inspire everyone like the original? The reason why Gaara in the original book can inspire everyone. Naruto's ingredients account for a large part. But Gaara in this timeline. Although I am also good friends with Naruto. But I don't have the same heartfelt sympathy for Jinchuriki. Wei thought for a while, but decided to let Gaara give a speech. Wei gently turned the paper umbrella in his hand. Gaara, it's up to you to boost morale. Gaara just feels full of question marks. You stand here for a long time, just for me to give a speech. What do you mean by sighing? Don't you think I can't do it? Then I will give you a presentation. For some reason, Gaara's heart is full of anger. After all, I seem to be underestimated. The others watched Gaara walk towards the stage. All have a dumbfounded look. We are still discussing, what are you going to do? Raikage is about to yell. Gaara was stopped by Wei. Raikage looked at Wei suspiciously. Wei smiled. Don't worry, leave it to Gaara. Advertisement. When Raikage heard the words, he could only shut up and looked at Gaara. Everyone in the audience, watching Gaara appear. The noise slowly decreases. Finally disappeared. Gaara coughed softly. Expressed my thoughts. The eloquent speech successfully moved the ninjas in the audience. Way behind Gaara, smiling. Sure enough, Gaara is still needed to give a speech. Raikage on the side seems to have seen a ghost. Really just point to a shadow, can you succeed? With the end of Gaara's speech, the ninjas in the audience are as close as a family. Gaara stepped off the stage. Onoki looks at Gaara. I said you were a kid before, it seems I really missed you. Raikage nodded in agreement. Feng Ying, good job. Terumi Mei smiled and nodded at him. Gaara responded to everyone one by one. Last look at Feng Youhui. How do you know that I can do this? Wei shrugged. No, I don't know. Just find someone to try it out. Unexpectedly, it succeeded. Everyone. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Just find someone or something. It's too ridiculous. Nuojao good. With the cohesion of the ninja. The forehead protector made by the country of iron is also distributed to everyone one by one. The shadows returned to the room. Minato said to Luju. Luju, if we have to go to the battlefield, you may need to bear more in the rear. The pineapple-headed Luju nodded with a serious expression. Minato's words are of great significance. Implication. If it really comes to that moment, then, your position is extremely important. Wei found a sofa casually. Sit down. The fingers beat the table bulge rhythmically. Terumi Mei didn't know where it came from. Master Wei doesn't plan to go to the battlefield. Well, I don't need it now. It's not bad to hone the ninjas. Chapter 137 The War Begins. Advertisement. At the same time, in a cave. Obito carries a Uchiha fan. One Mangekyo Sharingan, one Rinnegan. Staring at the old man in front of you. Otsutsuki, how are you preparing? Otsutsuki's azure blue eyes staring at Obito. Of course I'm ready. Obito heard this, with a crazy smile on his face. Let the war begin. With the voice of Obito falling. Countless white Zetsu emerge behind him. Break the ninja alliance. After all, Obito and Wush disappeared into the cave. Black Zetsu on the side poked his head out. Watching the direction Obito disappeared. I seem to be thinking about something. The dark hand gently touched the scroll behind. Obito, Feng Youhui is too powerful. If you can't do it, then I can only. As Black Zetsu thought, his body gradually merged into the ground. The rear of the coalition forces, in the combat room. Yamanaka shook his body while sensing the surroundings. Everyone, the enemy has appeared. Wang hurriedly asked. Where did it appear? How about the quantity? As Uchiha Obito's figure inside, Haiyi sensed for a moment and said. Direction is east. Huge amount of. The 973 did not spot Uchiha Obito. Raikage slapped the table hard. Advance troops. Onoki thought for a moment and said. Is it all miscellaneous fish? I really look down on us. Then, several people looked at Minato. After all, Minato is the president. Minato frowned. The last big wave. Shisui. What? A figure dressed in black appeared beside Minato. Master Naruto. Minato looked at Shisui in front of him and said seriously. Lead the first unit to the east to resist the advanced troops. Shisui arched his hands. Yes, Master Naruto. After that, the body disappeared. Except for Raikage, all my pupils shrink. Shattered Shisui. The words are divided into two ends. Shisui came to the gathering point of the first unit. Everyone, with a loud shout, attract everyone's attention. The enemy's troops are now in the east. Advertisement. Everyone in the first unit obeys the order. Ninja standing straight. Shisui nodded in satisfaction. The gaze swept across Sasuke among the troops. Speak loudly. Let me kill them. Yes, Lord Zishui. Shisui took the lead and left instantly. Everyone behind followed. Soon, the two parties met in the forest. Shisui looked at the huge number of white Zetsu in front of him. Frown. What kind of monster are these? Why do they all look exactly the same? Listening to the words of the ninja, Shisui gestures with a jewelry. Kill. What? Ching. Countless ninjas rushed to white Zetsu one after another. Fight together soon. It's just that they seem to underestimate the strength of white Zetsu. Thorn it. A stick of wood crossed a ninja's chest. Suddenly blood flowed across. The ninja spit out a mouthful of blood. Then shouted at everyone. Everyone, be careful. It's weird. Shisui's eyes are micro. This is the wood style of Master First Hokage. Thoughts flashed by. Shisui pulled out the ribs behind him and joined the battle. What? Shisui is like a ghost on the battlefield. The instantaneous technique that is already full of proficiency. Now he is even more proficient. As Shisui's figure continues to flicker. 1 BCFA, White Zetsu's body fell down. Greatly reduces the burden on other ninjas. Shisui instantly came to the back of White Zetsu. Hand seal. Fire style Phoenix fire technique. Countless small flames shot on White Zetsu's body. Immediately kill the count to White Zetsu. At this moment, Shisui's hair stands erect behind him. Dangerous. Shisui hurriedly left. Boom. A huge roar resounded across the battlefield. A meal in the hands of countless ninjas. The eyes are drawn to the huge sinkhole. What? Shisui's figure appeared on the trees not far away. Look there with solemn eyes. Advertisement. The smoke goes away. A huge white pitcher plant appeared. What the hell is this? Is this also White Zetsu? Countless ninjas roar. White Zetsu, who is at least 5 meters tall, stood up straight. There was a roar among the pitcher plants. Roar. The sound forms a sound wave and spreads around. I saw the huge White Zetsu thrust his hands into the ground. Chakra surging over his arms. Inject into the hands in the ground. Shisui's pupils shrink. Shouted loudly. Everyone be careful. Something is coming out underground. The voice just fell. Countless branches emerged from the ground. Insert into the body of the ninja at an extremely fast speed. Thorn it. Thorn. Help. Ah, help me. Countless ninjas are killed by one move. Shisui gritted his teeth and clenched his fists. Stop it. What? Shisui's figure appeared beside the giant pitcher plant. The rib in the hand is full of flame-like chakra. Uchiha Stream Sword Yuyan. Countless flame blades blasted towards the body of the Nepenthes. Puff. Boom. The flames are like water and the sea, disappearing without a trace. Did not cause a trace of harm. Shisui frowned, but his movements kept on. Fire style Howlong fire technique. Blue Pharezialot. Is now playing. Shisui spit out a huge fire dragon attacking the pitcher plant. Boom. It seems that Nepenthes' body can no longer withstand such damage. Hands pulled out from the ground. I don't know where I have to look at Shisui. Subsequently, the chakra on the Nepenthes flows throughout the body. Roar. The loud roar stopped all White Zetsu's movements. All the White Zetsu rushed towards the Nepenthes. One after another was swallowed by the latter. What? The pitcher plant exhaled a foul breath. Shisui, as well as all the ninjas, looked at the behemoth in front of them in shock. Be at least tens of meters tall. The White Zetsu collection is born. P.S. Ask for flowers, ask for tickets, ask for rewards. Blue Pharezialot. Is now playing. Chapter 138 Shisui's Mangekyo. Advertisement. Looking at the White Zetsu assembly in front of me. Shisui waved his hand. You guys, retreat as fast as you can. Contact class. A figure with a communicator behind, appeared in front of Shisui. Master Shisui. Shisui's gaze is dead staring at the White Zetsu assembly. At the same time, contact Ying immediately, so that the support troops can be prepared at any time. After all, shout loudly. First unit, retreat now. The ninjas clench their fists, looking unwillingly at the White Zetsu assembly. Master Shisui, be careful. Shisui turned his head, smiling with thumbs up. Ah, trust me, I will definitely win. The ninjas couldn't bear to evacuate outside the battlefield. Watching the battle that is about to take place. Patter. A footstep sounded. Sasuke's figure appears beside Shisui. Sasuke, you also retreat. Sasuke holds the sword in his hand. The 3-hook jade in the eye socket keeps spinning. Brother Shisui, don't worry, I'll be watching you right here. Shisui smiled. It seems that Sasuke has grown up too. After all, Shisui instantly came to the White Zetsu complex. stepping on the huge body of White Zetsu, avoiding the latter's huge fist. Shisui came to the head of the White Zetsu assembly. The ribs in the hands are covered with flames. Uchiha Stream Gale Sword. The powerful diagonal slash created a huge flame blade to hit White Zetsu. Boom. The tremendous power caused White Zetsu's head to be exploded. Fall to the side. A joy in Shisui's eyes. Effective. How could it be that simple? I saw countless white filaments appearing on the head of White Zetsu. Wrap your head quickly like a maggot. Soon, the intact head appeared in front of Shisui's eyes again. At the same time, White Zetsu's body gradually falling to the ground is also under control. A dazzling light flashed in White Zetsu's eyes. White Zetsu, who has no IQ, has only one purpose at the moment. Kill Shisui. Blue Pharezialot. Advertisement. Is now playing. A huge fist appeared unexpectedly in front of Shisui. Shisui's pupils shrink. So fast. Boom. Smash Shisui into the distance with one punch. Boom. It takes time. The rock collapses. The rubble flies. The ninja in the distance and Sasuke trembled. Master Shisui. Sasuke gritted his teeth. Brother Shisui, you can't just be defeated like this. The smoke is gone. A green light flashed before everyone's eyes. Sasuke's pupils shrank. This is this. The smoke is gone. A huge green skeleton appeared in front of everyone. Susanoo. Sasuke exclaimed. That's right. It's Shisui's Susanoo. I saw an orange go jade hidden behind Susanoo's breastplate. Holding a spiral sword in his hand, Shisui's Mangekyo stared at the White Zetsu in front of him. The right hand gently wipes the blood from the corner of the mouth. White Zetsu, go to death. After all, Shisui's Mangekyo turns like crazy. I saw Susanoo's breastplate open. The orange Guyu is spinning quickly. Countless green chakra arrows are shot at White Zetsu. Shisui's eyes fixed on White Zetsu. Susanoo 99. Boom, boom, boom. Countless roars spread throughout the forest. Roar. Only heard an angry roar from the smoke. Shisui frowned. Isn't it dead yet? At the same time, in a certain position, Obito, who is moving forward, has a meal. A White Zetsu appeared from the ground. Obito, the White Zetsu collective is going to lose. What should we do? Obito's eyes narrowed. For the time being, he needs to delay time. After all, a white eyeball appeared in the hand. Tenseigen not complete version. Advertisement. Use this to make him more mad. White Zetsu smiled and took Tenseigen in his hand. Ahaha, this time it will be very interesting. Seeking flowers, 0. Blue Pharezialot. Is now playing. After all, White Zetsu escaped underground. I quickly came to the front of the White Zetsu assembly. White Zetsu poked his head out of the ground. In an instant, Shisui found him. The spiral sword in his hand carries wind style and cuts towards White Zetsu. White Zetsu yelled exaggeratedly. Ah! While dodging Shisui's attack, while putting Tenseigen in your hand into the body of the White Zetsu complex. After doing business, White Zetsu turned to look at Shisui. Let's start the second round. Bye-bye. After all, White Zetsu's body blends into the ground. Shisui wielded the spiral sword. Look at the White Zetsu assembly that is no longer moving for a while. Frown. What did that guy do just now? At this moment, the White Zetsu combination began to twitch wildly. Roar. A roar of pain and excitement came from the mouth of the White Zetsu assembly. The white silk thread on the body is like crazy. More and more. Wrap the huge body of the White Zetsu combined body. A cocoon was formed soon. Shisui looked at the cocoon of the postponement, his eyes dazzled. As coming. Taste. It's like the sound of an egg breaking into everyone's ears. I saw a huge hand breaking out of the shell. Immediately afterwards, the second hand was also stretched out. Two hands are forced to break apart on both sides. The ugly head came out. I saw that the original Nepenthes had disappeared. Resembling a human head, except for the huge light blue Tenseigen in the center of the head. And a huge mouth. There are no more organs on the face. The huge body came out completely. A humanoid monster appeared in front of Technique. A bigger body than before stood up, looking condescendingly at Shisui's Susanoo. Sasuke's throat shuddered and swallowed. What kind of monster is this? Chapter 139 Completely Susanoo. Advertisement. Many ninjas in the distance are shaking all over. The liaison class took the lead to react, sending intelligence to the headquarters. A big man, a voice flashed in the head of Hai in the headquarters. Hurriedly said to all Ying Heihui. Adults, news is coming from ahead. Everyone's thoughts are attracted by Hai. Hi. The frontline troops have a big White Zetsu. Master Shisui is fighting with him. There were no casualties. Listening to the urgent information from the front, Hai hurriedly ran the induction force, investigating the situation on the eastern battlefield. Perception has detected the White Zetsu assembly. Hai trembled all over. Muttered. This is 973. What kind of monster is this? Everyone is still waiting for Hai's information. The impatient Raikage pats the table. What is going on right now? Hai recovered from the shock. Hurriedly said. Adults. A large White Zetsu assembly appears to the east. Based on perceptual feedback, Hai took a deep breath. The amount of chakra is comparable to a tail beast. Nani? What? How can it be? Onoki clenched his fist. Just to test the troops, there is such a powerful strength. It seems that this war is not easy to fight. Wei on the side frowned slightly. What white Zetsu aggregate? Isn't there only Nepenthes in the original work? Sighed. Yeah, it's completely messed up. But Shisui should be fine. After all, he has completely mastered that one. Minato looked at Wei. Xiaohui, do you want to make a move? Wei waved his hand. No, Shisui can handle it. Minato nodded when he heard this. The slightly anxious mood eased. Looking at the shadows who were still impatient. Minato clapped his hands. Everyone, since Xiaohui said that Shisui can handle it. Then, Shisui must be able to handle it. After all, Shisui is on the same team as Xiaohui. Advertisement. After hearing the words, the audience nodded and sat in their chairs again. Discussing the next deployment. However, there is still Shisui in my mind. At the same time, the eastern battlefield. Shisui is wrapped in green Susanoo's upper body. Looking solemnly at the Tenseigan monster on the opposite side. Right now, White Zetsu is on the move, not rushed over. It's the knot in the hand. With a huge body, Jaehyun's speed is extremely fast. Soon, a voice came from White Zetsu's mouth. Chakra ball of light. The huge right hand is covered with green chakra. A green ball of light gathered in the palm of your hand. Wow, shoot at Shisui at an extremely fast speed. Boom. The green ball of light hit Shisui's Susanoo fiercely. There was a roar. Brother Shisui. Master Zishui. Countless ninjas roared heartbreakingly. The smoke goes away. Shisui's figure appeared. A huge green figure appeared with him. The wings on the back are folded. There are two long swords hidden under the wings. There are also double swords behind him. The larger spiral sword in his hand is spinning continuously. Full body Susanoo is here. Sasuke looked at the Gundam figure in front of him. There is a trace of beauty in the eyes. This is Uchiha's strongest power. Sasuke clenched his fists. But, Shisui, mine will not be worse than yours. The height of Susanoo is the same as the White Zetsu assembly. Among the crystals in the forehead is Shisui. At this moment, Mangekyo in Shisui's eyes turned wildly. Shisui, who has always been gentle, has a crazy smile at the corner of his mouth. Looking at the White Zetsu complex on the opposite side. Hands open. Saw. Second round. Let's start. Wow. The green Susanoo also inherited Shisui's speed. I came to the White Zetsu assembly in an instant. The spiral sword in the right hand is spinning. Make a strong roar. Heavy slashing towards the White Zetsu assembly. The Tenseigan on the head of the White Zetsu assembly emits a lavender light. Then, the reflex nerves beyond the limit drive the huge body. Step gently to one side. Shisui's slash was defeated. Advertisement. Shisui's face is extremely calm. It seems that the White Zetsu assembly can escape, as expected. At the same time, the White Zetsu assembly makes a fist with the right hand and stretches it back to accumulate energy. Boom. The huge force drove the surrounding air to make a rubbing sound. Shisui feels the fist wind. The corners of the mouth rise. Still a long way to go. Say wow. Susanoo leans forward slightly. Easily dodge the attack of the White Zetsu assembly. The spiral sword in his hand is cut from the bottom up. Thorn. A huge slash struck the body of the White Zetsu complex. Roar. There is a roar of pain. White Zetsu retreated quickly. Retreat on one side. Raise your right hand. Chakra swarms to the right hand. Silver wheel reincarnation explodes. Several black truth-seeking balls are instantly released in the palm of your right hand. Countless truth-seeking balls are floating in the air. White Zetsu put his hands on the truth-seeking ball. Spin. A pale green chakra appears on the exterior of truth-seeking ball. The silver aperture gradually emerged. Boom. A huge tornado shoots out from the aperture. Shisui's pupils shrank. What a powerful force. My subordinates dare not neglect. In Susa 5.0's right hand, chakra is spinning in his hand. Left. What? The Guyu of Yusaka. The huge Guyu is spinning towards the tornado at high speed. Brother Shisui. Want to win. Boom. Only the blazing white light left in the air swallowed everything. Boom. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Sasuke clenched his fist. Susanoo of Shisui. White Zetsu assembly. Susanoo threw Guyu out fiercely. The ninjas also shouted together. Keep turning in the palm of your hand. Master Shisui. All things dissipated. The huge green Go Jade formed instantly. Chapter 140 East Battlefield. Victory. Advertisement. Everyone's eyes were attracted by the hot white light. Everyone is quietly waiting for the result of the battle. The roar gradually disappeared into the air. The smoke is gone. The green body Susanoo holds a knife in both hands. Standing there quietly, everyone looked to the other side. The huge Tenseigan on the face of the huge White Zetsu complex glows light blue. Then, the light dissipated. White Zetsu's figure slowly fell to the ground. Boom. Suddenly, the smoke was everywhere. Shisui looked at White Zetsu who fell on the ground. Mangekyo in his eyes closed. Susanoo dissipated in the wind. Shisui slowly fell on the ground. Coming to the front of White Zetsu. Tenseigan turned into a gray stone in an instant. Dissipated in the wind, Shisui can finally breathe a sigh of relief. It's finally over. Shisui gasps. Sasuke and the ninja in the distance ran to Shisui excitedly. Brother Shisui. Master Shisui. Countless ninjas burst into tears. We won at 12. There is also a smile on Shisui's face. Well, everyone, it's a good thing to win, but don't be proud. Everyone held their hands high. Oh. Don't worry, Shisui-sama. Sasuke comes to Shisui's side. Brother Shisui, sure enough you can use this power too. Shisui was slightly surprised. Listen to what Sasuke means. It seems that Sasuke has also made a lot of progress in the past 2 years. Shisui smiled and looked at him. Ah, Sasuke, although I can control this power. However, the sequelae are indeed quite big. After all, Shisui covered his eyes. 2 lines of blood and tears left in the eyes. Sasuke hurried forward to support Shisui who was shaking. The ninjas have discovered Shisui's anomaly. I swarmed up and asked hurriedly. Master Shisui, are you okay? Master Shisui, fortunately. Shisui waved his hand. Advertisement. Well, there is no big problem. It's just that chakra consumption is a bit serious. Just a little rest. After all, Shisui looked at the liaison team on the side. Contact class. The ninja of the liaison class with a communicator came to Shisui's side. Master Shisui, Shisui said. Call the headquarters immediately and tell them that the frontline troops to the east have been wiped out. Yes, Lord Shisui. After all, the liaison team took out the communicator and started to contact the headquarters. At this time, the shadows in the headquarters are quietly waiting for news from the battlefield on the east. A big man, can you hear it? A slightly noisy sound is transmitted to Hai-Ai's brain. Hai-Yi hurriedly shouted to everyone. My sirs, news is coming. Everyone was shocked, and quickly stopped the movements in their hands and looked at Hai-Yi. What happened? Hai-Yi is in contact with the liaison team at this time. First Army. This is the headquarters. The liaison class listened to the voice of Hai-Yi from the communicator. Excitedly speaking. A big guy. We won. Hai-Yi trembled all over. Don't dare to neglect for a moment, and hurriedly talked to all the shadows. My lords. Victory on the eastern battlefield. Everyone was finally relieved. Slowly sat back in his seat. I slightly adjusted my mentality. Minato said. Hai-Yi, let the first unit not be too far away from the battlefield. Find a safe place to camp nearby. Yes, Master Minato. After Minato ordered to go down. Look at the remaining people. Although the vanguard has achieved victory. But we can't take it lightly. After all, where the real enemy is now, we still don't know. Everyone nodded. Gaara crossed her hands. Hokage, is that method feasible? Minato stared solemnly and slowly said. According to current intelligence. Obito was in that cave before. However, after the war began, it disappeared. I think it is necessary for us to explore it. Advertisement. Onoki rubbed his hands. Detection must be done, but what should we do about the candidates? Onamu paused and continued. If you send someone who is too strong, if it's a trick to move the tiger away from the mountain. Everyone's heart sank. Naturally understand the meaning of Onoki. In case a strong person is sent to explore the base camp, it turns out that it is just an empty shell. Obito will get news, attacking the headquarters in this space where the strong are scarce. But if you send someone who is too weak, in case it is discovered by the enemy, annihilate it in one fell swoop. I still can't get any news. Everyone was lost in thought. At this time, Gaara speaks. Everyone, the exploration mission, let me go. What? The 973 eyes look at Gaara unanimously. Gaara spoke slowly. I will lead a small group of people to explore. So if it is found, it's easy to escape. After hearing what Gaara said, Raikage said to Minato. Commander, give orders. Terumi-Mei and Onoki's eyes also look at Minato. Minato pondered for a moment, then nodded. Then do it. After all, Gaara nodded and was about to get up. Minato came to Gaara's side. This is for you. With that, I took out a handful of traits kunai from behind. Gaara looked at these word of forbearance, with the supreme qualities. Looking at Minato suspiciously. Minato smiling. Well, just treat it as the last insurance. If you really encounter an accident that is difficult to deal with, I will rush over as soon as possible. Gaara stared at Minato for a long time. Slowly put away the traits. Lips light up. Naruto, thank you. Minato smiled and waved. Thanks or something is not needed. If you really encounter a strong enemy, don't force it. Contact the headquarters immediately. Chapter 141. Check it out. Advertisement. Gaara nodded. I see. After all, Gaara left the meeting room without looking back. Minato looked at Gaara leaving and sighed. Wei, who leaned on the back of his chair, raised his brow. Uncle Minato, you are too sentimental. Minato trembles slightly when he hears this. Turning to look at Xiong Wei. Gaara stepped onto the battlefield at such a young age. Sure enough, I still hate war. Minato took a breath. The rest of the people listened to Minato's words. Also lost in thought. After all, the war in the ninja world happened 3 times. Every time will be accompanied by the death of a ninja. The small country that survives in the cracks of the 5 big countries suffers. Even as gentle as Minato. This time the battlefield is still chosen among small countries. People displaced. Wei turned the paper umbrella in his hand. Looking far away. Speak slowly. That's why ninja world needs real unity. Minato heard the words and nodded. So, it's up to you. Xiaohui. On the other side, Gaara has led her brother and sister to the northeast. Due to the rush to leave, Gaara has not had time to inform everyone of the purpose of this operation. Kankuro followed Gaara while jumping in the tree. And asked. Gaara, what is our mission? Gaara said without looking back. Intelligence shows that Obito's stronghold has been found. We are going to investigate the situation this time. Everyone behind him heard the words, they all had a physical meal. After all, the enemy of this war is Obito. If you want to go to Obito's base. It's better to say if you don't encounter it. If you hit. With their current strength, it's really looking for death. Kankuro recovered from the shock. Staring dignified into the distance. The right hand strokes the puppet scroll behind him. Ah, that's really a difficult task. Everyone was silent. Soon, I came to a cave in the northeast. Gaara took the lead to stop. Make a stop gesture to the people behind. What? Everyone stopped behind Gaara. Advertisement. Kankuro and Temari came to Gaara's side. Is this the base of Obito? Temari scanned the cave in front of him. Gaara nodded slightly. Ah, intelligence shows, it's here. Everyone paused for a moment outside the cave. Nothing happened. Gaara looked back at the people behind him. You are on guard outside the cave. If there is any abnormality, send us information in time. Kankuro, Temari, go in with me. The three looked at each other and nodded. Came to the cave quickly. Looking at the dark cave in front of me. Thinking like an abyss, three people waved. The three of them never stopped. Entered the cave. At the same time, Obito, who doesn't know where he is, sits quietly on a rock. The ground on the side rippling like water waves. A must-see figure appeared. Obito, someone broke into the stronghold. Obito raised a brow. Oh, who is it? There was a hoarse voice. Tsunagaku's third brother and sister Gaara. Obito propped his head with one hand and rubbed the fan with the other. Smile on the corner of the mouth. Don't worry about them. Naturally someone welcomes them inside. Ju chuckles, slowly sinking to the ground. The three of Gaara walked around Kabuto in the cave. Carefully along the way, finally came to the depths of the cave. The three of them looked at the cave intently. There was a cold wind coming from the empty cave. The tight nerves of the three relaxed slightly. Kankuro took a breath. Huh, it seems that there is no Obito here. Gaara glanced across the cave. Kankuro, don't be careless. Temari also nodded aside. Spread it out and gather information. See if there is anything left by Obito. Three nodded. Scattered in the cave. Search for the remaining information as much as possible. A few minutes later, the three gathered in the cave. The three looked at each other. Shaking his head, it looks like nothing. Gaara thought for a moment. When I was about to speak. There was a noise under the ground. Advertisement. Boom. Suddenly, countless rocks shattered. Like a gang of magnitude 10 earthquakes, the cave began to collapse. Taste. The rock fell around the three people. Gaara frowned. Asterisk. Hurry up and retreat. What? The figures of the three quickly ran towards the outside. At the same time, outside the cave, there was also a huge shock. The bodies of the ninja coalition forces followed the earthquake. Constant shaking. Carla. At this moment, a crack suddenly appeared on the ground. The cracks are getting bigger and bigger. Gradually approach everyone. Run away. Retreat. The ninja allied forces are in chaos. Leave the place in a hurry. Boom. A loud noise came from the ground. Everyone retreated to a far place. Look at the cave. I saw the cave collapsed. But the three Gaara are missing. A Tsunagaku ninja clenched his fists. Master Gaara, don't have any trouble. What? Three figures appeared in front of everyone. Nuo Jiao good, it is Gaara three people. At this time, the three people behind them are gray and gray. Seems to have eaten a lot of dust. P.S. Ask for flowers, tickets, and rewards. Scorch-style Pakura, Yakura, woolen cloth. Kankuro was puzzled and was about to ask. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. I almost died inside. Cough 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 cough. Swelling. Kankuro, who seemed to finally relax, looked at Gaara on the side. Gaara's body trembled. The smoke cleared, and a graceful figure appeared in front of Gaara. Huh, Uchiha Obito. Kankuro wiped the cold sweat from his forehead. A figure thundered heavily among the three. I saw Gaara push Kankuro away. Gaara narrowed her eyes and looked at the dusty place. Gaara's expression is full of solemnity. Ahem. Tremblingly speaking. Chapter 142 Gaara vs Pakura. Advertisement. Gaara looked at the woman in front of him seriously. Why, you are already dead. Temari came to Gaara's side and asked suspiciously. Look at her, it's impure world reincarnation. Temari looked at Pakura. Sure enough, the whites of his eyes are pure black. At this time, Pakura smiled. Sorry, you guys from Tsunagaku, right? Temari was stunned. What a kid, it's too much. The one standing in front of you is the fifth Kage. Pakura looked at Gaara in surprise. Is Feng Ying actually a kid now? It seems that Tsunagaku is developing very generally now. What? Having said that, Pakura was burning with a fireball in his hand, and instantly came to Gaara's side. Puff. With a punch, smoke and dust suddenly rose. Pakura was shocked when the smoke cleared. I saw a shield of sand appearing beside Gaara. Gaara has a solemn expression of 973. Shouted to the ninja coalition forces behind him. Contact class. Contact headquarters. The powerhouse of impure world reincarnation appeared here. Yes, Master Gaara. Pakura also spoke at this moment. Little ghosts. Pay attention. I can't control my body now. When the voice fell, Pakura instantly came to Konkuro, who was still bewildered. Scorch style over steaming. A burning sphere the size of a basketball appeared out of nowhere by Pakula's side. Pakula waved his hands forward. Countless fireballs rushed towards Konkuro. Tamari hurriedly drank. Konkuro. Be careful. Konkuro looked at the fireball close at hand. Summon the puppet hurriedly and stand in front of you. Boom. Boom. The boiling temperature engulfed Konkuro. Konkuro. Master Konkuro. At this moment, the sand under Pakula rose rapidly from the surface. Wrap Pakula in it. Pakula's eyes swept across the sand. Bisifa, oh yow. It's pretty capable. Little devil. Gaara is silent. Her left hand forms a seal. Advertisement. Right hand stretched out and turned fiercely. Sand binding hub. Thorn it. The sound of paper shattering. Pakula's body turned into confetti and flew in the air. Tamari hurried to Konkuro's side. Looking at Konkuro, who was already scorched. Tamari yelled. Medical class. Several figures appeared beside Konkuro. Take Konkuro off the battlefield. Tamari appears next to Gaara again. Looking at Gaara, who was still dignified, Tamari asked suspiciously. What's the matter? Isn't Pakula already defeated? Gaara said in a low voice. No, impure world reincarnation cannot be killed by ordinary methods. You can only contact the sealing team to solve it. At this moment, the confetti flying in the sky seems to have life. Gathering together again, Pakula's figure gradually emerged. Gaara made a seal while talking to the liaison team. Notify the headquarters to send a sealed ninja over. Yes, Master Gaara. After all, Gaara and Tamari attacked Pakula. At the same time, the headquarters received Gaara's communication. Everyone's expressions became shocked. Minato and others are thinking about the staff of the SEAL class. By the way, I'm feeling Obito's madness. Wei sat there quietly. In my mind, who is it that used impure world reincarnation? After thinking about it, Wei took out a summoning scroll from behind. Turn your own Reiatsu into a piece of text and seal it inside. Then inverse summoning gave Orochimaru. Terumi Mei watched Hui's movements curiously. Master Wei, what are you doing? Wei turned the paper umbrella. Well, just gotta help her. Terumi Mei gave Wei a meaningful look. It seems that Master Wei also has a lot of layouts. Wei shrugged and didn't answer her. Terumi Mei didn't continue to be boring. Lu Ju on the side spoke at this time. Masters, there are not many SEAL classes now. However, it is enough to allocate 1 or 2 to each unit. Everyone nodded, according to Lu Ju's meaning, conveyed the instructions. ... Outside Obito stronghold, dust is flying. Advertisement. The collision of sand and flame attracted everyone's attention. Gaara looks at Pakula, who keeps dodge, frowning. For this once Sunagaker hero. Gaara naturally knows her intelligence. Physical skills, intelligence, ninjutsu, can definitely be called powerful. Pakula obviously gave up controlling his body. Keep talking. Hey, Feng imp, I am here, come here to attack me. Why don't you use water style? A big hash appears in Gaara's forehead. Hand seal, although I know you are helping me, senior. But, it's very popular. It rains even with sand. What? A large number of round sand bullets were shot at Pakula like a machine gun. That's it. Good job. The fireballs around Pakula began to burst one by one. Puff. Resist the attack of sand bullets. At this moment, intelligence came from the liaison team. Master Gaara, the SEAL team from the headquarters is on the way. Gaara nodded, but his actions did not stop. Although this trick is very expensive. But now I can't take care of the others. Good job. P.S. Ask for flowers, ask for tickets, ask for rewards. Rushed to Pakula fiercely, smashed to the sand waves. Pakula's pupils shrank. Boom. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. At the same time, the fireballs around me smelt together. Gaara slapped her hands heavily on the ground. The surrounding terrain has changed. Quicksand waterfall. Boom. Pakula holds the fireball in both hands. Form a huge fireball. The forest under my feet was instantly flooded by sand. My thoughts flashed by. Smile at the corners of the mouth. Countless sands form huge waves of sand. Chapter 143 The Powerhouses of Impure World Reincarnation. Advertisement. The sand waves rushing forward were swallowed by the high temperature. The chakra on Gaara is constantly gathering underground. Layers of more spectacular sand waves slammed toward Pakula. Gradually, the scorch-style fireball in Pakula's hand couldn't hold on. The body is buried by sand. Gaara yelled at the ninja next to him. Ninja of Iwagakure. Use earth style. Yes, Master Gaara. The Iwagakure ninja hurried to the battlefield that has been completely turned into a sea of sand. Everyone's hands are printed together. Earth style enchantment. No dungeon hall. The surrounding earth wall rises. Close Pakula and then inside. The arm of the Iwagakure ninja sticks firmly on the earth wall. Put Chuck Laboon all over the wall. In this case, even if Pakura destroys it from the inside, the soil wall will be repaired in an instant. And it will also absorb the chakra of Pakura. Before waiting for the enchantment class to arrive. This is the best choice. Soon after, the SEAL squad in white clothes finally came in front of a few people. Gaara nodded to several people. The moment I open the earth-style barrier, I will seal her movements with sand. Remember, you only have a short time to seal. The people in the sealing class swallowed their saliva and looked at Gaara seriously. Master Feng Youhui, please rest assured. Gaara waved his hand. Iwagakure ninja, cut off chakra now. Yes, Master Feng Youhui. Everyone disconnected the chakra on the dirt wall in an instant. Puff. Accompanied by the sound of rock fragments, Pakura appeared in front of everyone. Gaara's eyes narrowed. It's now. Sand desert rebel slaves. Swish. I saw two huge sand hands pressing Pakura in the middle. The people in the seal class dare not neglect. He hurried forward and stuck the seal scroll on Sand's hand. Accompanied by the effect of the seal technique. Pakula's body gradually settled down. Looking at Gaara with a smile. Boy, good job. Gaara took a breath and bowed to Pakura. Advertisement. Thank you Senpai for everything you have done for Sunagakure. Please believe me, Sunagakure will be more prosperous under my leadership. A trace of surprise flashed in Pakula's eyes. Then I looked at Gaara tenderly. I believe you, Sunagakure kid. Go on. Pakula's voice is gradually overshadowed by the seal scroll. Gaara sat on the ground exhaustedly. The surrounding medical ninja hurried forward. Gaara is treating while watching the liaison class. Tell the headquarters, the hero of Sunagakure Pakura, the seal is complete. Yes, Master Feng Youhui. On the other side, in a cave. Da. With the sound of footsteps. Obito opened his eyes. Oh, you are already here. The people are silent. Seems to be trying to control his body. Don't waste your energy. Your technique is specially prepared for you. You can never escape. There was a cold snort. Uchiha's little devil, it seems that you should have killed your family directly in the first place. Obito did not answer. Walking down the rock, stretched. It seems that the battlefield can also be officially opened. Did you say so? Second Hokage Senju Tobarama. No longer pay attention to Senju Tobarama. Obito yelled and didn't know where it was. The plan can begin. At the same time, this is the first time I have used it. Thanks to you. Second generation items. After all, pat your right hand on the ground. Impure world reincarnation. With the rumbling sound. Several coffins rise from the ground. Countless figures walked out of it. Obito grinned open. Saw. Go and wreak havoc. The undead kiss of ninja world. At the same time, in the headquarters of the Ninja United Army. The news came that Gaara successfully sealed Pakura. Everyone was relieved. Advertisement. Seeking flowers, 0. Raikage smiled disdainfully, yelling, I can only hide the kid who is hiding, I really don't have much ability. Onogi shook his head. Don't underestimate him. There is a touch of jealousy in Onoki's eyes. After all, that is someone who dared to provoke a war in the ninja world. Do you think he will have no whole cards? Besides, the troops on both sides have not been fully deployed yet. The previous ones can only be regarded as appetizers. We don't know when to attack. Raikage heard the words, closed her temper and nodded. Everyone is thinking about what Obito will do next. At this moment, Haiyi's voice came from a distance. My sirs, chakra reaction appeared. Very strong reaction. Compared to a tail beast. Five Shadows was shocked. Minato hurriedly asked, where does it appear? Haiyi was silent for a moment, carefully inspecting the position. Coastal, north. There is a reaction. Minato waved his hand. The second unit guards the coast. The third unit defended the enemy in the north. Yes, Lu Ju thought about it for a moment. Speaking to Minato. Master Minato, this is not enough. You heard it too. Haiyi just said it. It's comparable to the tail beast's chakra reaction. If it is a strong man in this world, forget it. But if it is also the strong from impure world reincarnation, then the high combat power of each unit is simply not enough. Five Shadows was silent for a moment. Onoki asked. How much of our high-end combat power at the headquarters is left? Lu Ju calculated for a moment and said. Except for Uchiha Itachi of the second unit. The lowest of the third unit. The remaining high-end combat power is allocated to the first unit, the fourth unit, as well as the sealing squad and the medical squad. High-end battle at headquarters. Lu Ju paused for a while, his eyes swept over the people who were playing again. Only Wang and Xiaohui are left. Chapter 144 Encounter. Advertisement. Everyone was silent for a while. After all, this is bad news. In a war, play a key role. Often high-end combat power. Now, if Obito Impure World Reincarnation has a large number of ninja powers for him to use, then your own high-end combat power must not be enough for him to fight. At this moment, Terumi May suddenly remembered the summoning technique before Wei. Turned to look at Wei. Master Wei, didn't you just say that you went to ask for help? Wei nodded. Counting the time, he should be almost there too. The voice just fell. Boom. A puff of white smoke rises beside Wei. A deep voice came into everyone's ears. Ha ha ha, Five Shadows. Wang's gaze looked at the incoming person. Pale face, 973, purple eyeshadow. And the conspicuous goose jade earrings. All show the identity of the coming people. The legendary Sannin Orochimaru. Orochimaru licked his mouth and prepared lips. I glanced over everyone present. What's wrong? Don't you welcome me? Minato knew about the connection between Orochimaru and Teru before. Looking at Orochimaru with a smile. Senior Orochimaru, long time no see. Orochimaru looked at the mature Minato in front of him. Respond naturally and politely. Minato, you have matured and become a qualified Naruto. Minato shook his head. Orochimaru-sama, I'm still far behind. Orochimaru stopped talking, coming to Hui's body. Master Wei, I have done everything you need me to do. Wei brow raised. Oh, what about people? Orochimaru smiled. Well, Master Wei, don't worry. Before I summon them, I still need to make some preparations. After all, Orochimaru hand seal. Summoning technique. Woolen cloth. The white smoke dissipated. 4 bodies of white Zetsu appeared in front of everyone. Raikage looked at Orochimaru with a bad expression. Orochimaru, what do you mean? Orochimaru licks his lips. Advertisement. Raikage, don't worry. Want to get help from the people of Impure World Reincarnation. Then it is natural to exert the greatest power of Impure World Reincarnation. Pointing to the body of white Zetsu in front of you. I have checked, these white Zetsu bodies are all made by first Hokage. Senju Hashirama's cells are grown. Full of vitality. Everyone was shocked. Orochimaru, what do you mean? Orochimaru nodded. If white Zetsu is used as a sacrifice, the summoned powerhouses will have the same strength as before. After all, Orochimaru hand seals. Impure World Reincarnation. His hand slapped hard on the ground. Between the clouds, countless confetti appeared from the void. Gradually lie on white Zetsu's body. With the gathering of confetti. Several figures appeared in front of everyone. Long black hair flutters in the wind. Wearing a black tights. The exterior is equipped with red laminated hanging armor. The logo of the Senju family is tattooed on the laminated armor on the left shoulder. Red iron bracers on the wrists of both hands. Everyone's expressions have become quite exciting. This is first Hokage Senju Hashirama. Look at the second person. Long silver white hair combed into a ponytail. A white armband with a red triangle on the left shoulder. With chakra short sword on his back. Wang's expression has become quite exciting. Also, this is Konoha's white fang Hatake Shumao. Orochimaru frowned as he looked at the two who did not appear. Look at Shangwei. Master Wei. Wei nodded, looking at the confetti scattered on the ground. Now, you know who performed Impure World Reincarnation. Everyone listened to Hui's words, just as they were about to ask. Hashirama and Hatake opened their eyes. Huh, where is it? I can't ask Wei for the time being. Everyone came to Hashirama. Minato said, Master Hashirama, this is the ninja world. Hashirama scratched his head. Oh, resurrected. Then I looked at my hands. Advertisement. No, this is Impure World Reincarnation. I turned my eyes to Minato. The latter nodded. Yes, Lord Hashirama, the situation in the ninja world is more dangerous now. Hatake Tsukumo on the side also asked. Minato, and you guys. Look at 5 shadows. You are the shadows of various shinobu villages, right? Wang nodded, confessing his identity. Minato drew the attention of the two back to him. 2 adults, please allow me to finish talking about the current situation. The two of them motioned to Minato to continue. Minato let out a deep breath. Looking at the two seriously. The current ninja world is facing a huge crisis. Our 5 hidden villages joined forces to resist the enemy's attack. However, we need more high-end battles. That's why the adults will come out of Impure World Reincarnation. Minato and the two explained the current situation. After a long time, the two finally understood. The most important thing is Hashirama understands. The enemy is Uchiha again. Hashirama let out a long sigh. It seems to recall the happy time between myself and Madara. At this time, Orochimaru stepped forward and said to the two. This Impure World Reincarnation, I specially prepared for a few people. There are first Hokage cells inside, I thought your strength would be affected. But now it seems that your strength is about the same as before you were alive. 5.0 is even stronger. With that, Orochimaru sighed slightly. It's just that you two joined in. After all, 5 shadows also reflected. Look at the 2 remaining white Zetsu on the ground. Looking at Orochimaru suspiciously. Orochimaru is looking at Shang Wei. Master Wei, I should have guessed it. At this time, Terumi Mei said. Speaking of it, Master Wei, I just said that I knew the person who helped Obito perform Impure World Reincarnation, right? Wei nodded. At this moment, Hatake Tsukumo on the side said aloud. Wei, Feng Youhui. Wei looked at Hatake Tsukumo. Ah, doesn't it sound familiar? Hatake Tsukumo smiled. Ah, I made this name for you. Chapter 145 Shocked. Second Hokage turned out to be. Advertisement. Wei waved his hand. I'll talk about the gossip later, let's talk about business now. Afterwards, Wei looked at the few people in front of him. Actually, this time in Impure World Reincarnation, it is not just first Hokage who wants to reincarnate. And second Hokage Senju Tobarama. Nani, what did you say? What do you mean? Wang's reaction is not slow. Think for a moment, and then understand. It is second Hokage Senju Tobirama who helped Obito carry out Impure World reincarnation. But why does second Hokage do this? Onoki asked suspiciously. Orochimaru said aloud at this moment. Master Tsuchikage knows something. The people who come from Impure World reincarnation are actually controlled by people. 12 this time, Master First Hokage, they are after I improved. The strength is too strong to be controlled. Everyone nodded when they heard the words. Express understanding. Wei looked at everyone who had no doubts. Speak slowly. Now let first generation stay at the headquarters. Fourth Raikage went to the first unit to support Uchiha Itachi. Uncle Hatake Shumo, you immediately go to the second unit to help guard the coast. The sound of Hui's words fell. Surprisingly, no one refuted. All the shadows nodded and acted according to Hui's orders. Senju Hashirama and Hatake Shushige's eyes flashed with surprise. It seems that the powerhouses in the ninja world always emerge in endlessly. Hashirama sighed and slammed into the seat next to Wei. Raikage and Hatake Tsukumo, who received the task, immediately set off for the battlefield. Hashirama's eyes flicker away from time to time. I always think that what I do is very hidden. Don't know. Wei has already felt it. After all, Hui's heart is not very peaceful at this time. After all, his granddaughter is now his own. Wei turned his head and looked at Hashirama. First generation, what do you want? Hashirama looks like being caught. Scratched his head. Ahaha, I just want to see the strongest person in the ninja world now. Advertisement. First generation looked sharply at Wei. Wei turned his head. Wei brow raised. No one has ever told him about his strength. How did Hashirama know? Hashirama seems to see Hui's doubts. Lol. After all, there are always many newly dead ninjas in that place. Wei Wenyan knew in his heart, it seemed that he had heard of his strength from that place. Wei opened his mouth and said. First generation, can you meet each other in that place? Hashirama nodded. Although the people I see are different every time. But you can always meet people. Wei frowned. Why do you see different people every time? Hashirama recalled. Because, every time I wake up from that place. Your position will always change. Wei brow raised. It seems that I found another interesting place. Without questioning, Wei looked at the map on the table. At this time, the first generation on the side hesitated to speak again. Wei said. Just say anything, first generation. Hashirama gave an awkward cough. Aki, Shaogang, is she okay? Wei, do you want to say that you are with yourself? In that case, will Hashirama suddenly get nervous and fight with herself? How to answer this question? Waiting online, very anxious. Wei opened his mouth slowly. Pretty good. Hashirama propped his chin. Well, that's good, but I don't know if Shaogang still gambles now. Hui's mouth twitches. The scene of Tsunade going to the casino flashed through my mind. Will go but still lose. Hashirama laughed out of nowhere. Puff, you deserve to be Shaogang. Just when a few people were chatting. The first unit led by Uchiha Itachi has already ushered in the enemy's attack. Still white Zetsu. Advertisement. Countless white Zetsu appeared from various places in the forest and rushed to the first unit. The first unit led by Uchiha Itachi is not vegetarian either. Fire-style Great Fireball technique. Water-style Water Dragon Bomb technique. Earth-style Earth Dragon technique. For a time, count until ninjutsu blasts white Zetsu. White Zetsu's body keeps falling down. Watching the living white Zetsu who stepped on the dead white Zetsu and continued to rush over. Uchiha Itachi said to the ninjas behind him. Second wave of ninjutsu, get ready. Yes, Lord Itachi. Ever since, the second wave of ninjutsu hit white Zetsu again. Roar. With the constant screams of white Zetsu. The number of white Zetsu is also decreasing. The rotation of the three-hook jade in the eyes of Uchiha Itachi, 973. Constantly scanning the battlefield. The Hyuga clan, used by Akugan to scout the surrounding area. Uchiha Itachi frowned. It shouldn't be. How could the enemy's attack be so simple? At this moment, where? A figure quickly crossed Uchiha Itachi's body. Woolen cloth. Itachi's body slammed into the rock on the side. The figure pauses. A figure full of lightning style appeared in front of everyone. Dark skin. The old man with long light yellow hair and long beard is here. Lightning scars on the chest. The thunder tattoo on the right shoulder shows the identity of the visitor. A man with the strongest spear and strongest shield. The lips of the ninjas swallowed saliva. Third Raikage. The lightning style chakra on Third Raikage's body dissipated. Black eyes staring at everyone in front of you. You are the Ninja United Army. Boom. Chakra broke out on the body. Come and try to stop the old man. Chapter 146 Third Raikage vs Uchiha Itachi. Advertisement. The momentum on third generation eye bursts. Itachi pushed away the gravel in front of him. Slowly come to the front of third generation. Looked at the latter with solemn eyes. Third Raikage. Third Raikage grinned open. Although, the old man can't understand the situation now. But it seems that the old man is your enemy now. Then, third generation said seriously. Ninjas, listen. The old man can't control his body. All you have to do is to kill the old man as soon as possible. Or seal the old man. Understand. The surrounding ninjas stand straight. Hi, Lord Third Raikage. Itachi's eyes swept across the ninjas. Is this the aura of the shadow? Just a word, let everyone believe it. Itachi's thoughts flashed by. At this moment, a grumpy voice came. Boy, coming. What? I saw Third Raikage's body instantly disappeared in place. Appear in the team of ninjas. Hell stab 4 Kansho. I saw the violent lightning-style chakra flashing in the hands of Third Raikage, stab the ninjas fiercely. Boom. With the roar, countless ninjas were killed in one blow. It's worthy of being the strongest spear. Itachi's eyes became serious. Subsequently, the figure of Third Raikage disappeared again. This time, appeared behind Itachi. Third Raikage's right hand has been hung high. Look at Itachi from high up. Boy, you are the captain. Don't die. After all, the 4 books in his hand stabbed out. Stuck on Itachi's body fiercely. I saw Itachi's body instantly turned into a crow and dissipated in place. A smile on Third Raikage's face. He saw the scarlet in Itachi's eyes. Esha, Uchiha family kid, N. Uchiha Itachi looked at the Third Raikage in front of him. Hand seal. Fire style great fireball technique. Advertisement. A huge flame spit out from Uchiha Itachi's mouth. The corners of Third Raikage's mouth curled. The kid from Uchiha's family, you look down on me too much. Boom. I saw the lightning style chakra burst on Third Raikage's body. Lightning style chakra mode on. What? The figure of Third Raikage disappeared instantly. At the same time, Uchiha Itachi withdrew the sword behind him. Cut from the bottom up to your side. Third Raikage's body happened to appear. Thorn it. Tachi cuts the body of Third Raikage. The confetti flying in the chest. Third Raikage retreated, stroking the scar on his chest with his right hand. Shout, the kid from Uchiha's family, what a good job. What's your name? Uchiha Itachi returns the sword to its sheath. Slowly looked up at Third Raikage. Uchiha Itachi. Base. The 3-hook jade in the eyes of Itachi spins frantically. In the end it turned into a windmill-like Mangekyo Sharingan. Mangekyo of Itachi stared at Third Raikage. Lips light up. Amaterasu. Boom. A black flame instantly covered Third Raikage's body. Nani. Third Raikage was taken aback, and hurriedly jumped away. It's a pity it's still a step too late. There is still a little black flame on his body. Third generation frowned, his palm turned into a hand knife. What? Cut off all the confetti and Amaterasu on the chest. Subsequently, the body of Impure World reincarnation gradually recovered. Third Raikage looks at Uchiha Itachi in front of me. Boy, the old man is now the body of Impure World reincarnation. Although that kind of flame is very strong. But it is not valid for the current old man. Itachi closes Amaterasu and looks at Third Raikage. So, next is the highlight. There was a vigilance in Third Raikage's body. Puff. I saw Third Raikage's body suddenly couldn't move. Advertisement. Stand in place blankly. Third Raikage looked at Itachi in disbelief. When is the illusion? It turned out that Third Raikage was hit by Itachi's illusion early in the morning. In the eyes of the former, his body is full of wedges. These wedges pin the body of Third Raikage. What? Itachi instantaneously came to the front of Third Generation. Magic Jahong technique. Those who have been caught in this illusion will lose their body freedom completely. At the same time, it will be accompanied by the illusion of physical pain. Even if you are now the body of Impure World reincarnation, you will feel pain. Itachi raised his head and looked directly at the immobile Third Raikage. Quote. Before you deliberately avoided my eyes. But, now, you can only look at him directly. After all, Mangekyo in Itachi's eyes turns. Tsukuyomi. What? The bodies of the two appeared in a scarlet space. Third Raikage's body is tied to the cross. Itachi looked at the struggling Third Raikage indifferently. Speak slowly. This is Tsukuyomi space. Here, all factors, including time, location, and quality, will be under my control. After all, drew out the black dachi in his hand. Like this. Thorn. Tachi relentlessly pierced into Third Raikage's body. P.S. Ask for flowers, tickets, and rewards. But the body struggled. The spirit of Third Raikage has taken a huge impact. Withdraw from the illusion space. Third Raikage's body is now acting completely according to instinct. Itachi retreats hurriedly. Endless chakra with an indestructible body is really a bug-like technique. The lightning-style chakra mode of Third Generation is always on as if you don't need money. But don't worry, for the outside world, it's just a moment. What? The violent pain spread throughout Third Raikage's body. The boy, in order to prove this speculation, is it a bit cruel and bloated. At this time, the outside world, after Third Raikage and Itachi looked at each other for a second. The next 48 hours will be spent here. Nuo Jiaohao. Uchiha Itachi's thoughts flashed by. Crazy smashing the ground around. Sure enough, even if you are in a coma, will the manipulated body still act according to the command? Chapter 147 Third Raikage vs Fourth Raikage. Advertisement. Uchiha Itachi looked at Raikage in front of him, feeling a little tricky. After all, although I have ninjutsu, physique, illusion, all grandmaster. However, I am afraid of such a reckless man. Just when Itachi was still racking his brains to think of a way. A voice came from the sky. Uchiha's kid, are you in trouble? Itachi looked up. There was a hint of joy in the eyes. Master Fourth Raikage, it's time to come. What? Fourth Raikage came to Itachi's side instantaneously. Asked, what's wrong? What happened? The corners of the ferret's mouth twitch. Brother, can't you look back? Itachi, who grew up with Wei, wants to complain now. Damn it, there is so much movement behind you, did you step on the horse? Resist the impulse, Itachi takes a sigh of relief. Master Fourth Raikage, can you please take a look behind you? Fourth Raikage heard the words and turned back. I saw the road full of thunder and lightning at a glance. Violent figure. I call Fourth Raikage I, otherwise the third fourth generation looks dazzled. S face was full of shock. Unexpectedly, Obito actually summoned his father. 973 inches old daddy. I yelled like a ghost. Third Raikage, who acted entirely by instinct, suddenly stopped. Seems to be looking for something. The corner of his mouth twitched. No way, is the call from my son so effective? Unexpectedly, Third Raikage found the right direction and rushed towards I. Seeing this, Itachi silently withdrew from the danger zone. Not my business. I stood there blankly. Looking at Third Raikage rushing over. Tears in the eyes. Yelling at Third Raikage. Father. Boom. Blast Ai's face with a punch of lightning-style chakra. Ai's body flew upside down in an instant. Itachi, who had been withdrawn in the distance, watched I get beaten. Thumbs up. Boy, uncle, so Yanyi. Advertisement. Pa pulled away the gravel on her body. The head is still confused. Shaking his head, stood up and looked at Third Raikage, who was rushing straight over. Fourth generation took a deep breath. Lightning-style chakra mode on. Boom. Ai's body is also entangled by lightning-style chakra. What? The two figures collided fiercely. Boom. In the next moment, Ai's figure flew upside down. Then another second, I got up again. Courageously rushed to Third Raikage. The battle between the two reckless men is in full swing. Boom. Puff. The blood that fisted to the flesh ignited the ninja in the distance. Cheer for Ai Jaw. At this moment, the consciousness of Third Raikage returns. Open your eyes, regain control of your body and jump back. Shook his slightly painful head. Look at I. Oh. It's I. Grown up. Look at I at this time, crying tears in his eyes. Father. A smile appeared on Third Raikage's face. Boy, pay attention. Father can't control his body. I gently wiped his ready. Looked seriously at Third Raikage. Father. Be careful, I will definitely let you rest in peace. Smelly boy. Don't flash your tongue when you speak big words. What? Two more cracking sounds. The two bodies are fighting together again. Uchiha Itachi in the distance looked at the two fighting men. A ninja comes to Itachi's BCFA. Master Itachi, Master Fourth Raikage is a human being after all. Third Raikage is immortal, not for a while. Fourth Raikage's physical fitness will drop. Itachi shook his head with a smile on his mouth. But now, let them have a good exchange between father and son. A cold sweat hangs on the ninja's forehead on the side. Advertisement. You call this the communication between father and son. Teenager, are you afraid of misunderstandings about family affection? However, Itachi naturally listened to what the ninja said. Looking at the two fighting, Itachi thought about tactics in his mind. Then scratched his head in distress. It would be great if you used the seal class to seal it. Why do you have to use Tsukuyomi? After being upset, Itachi continued to think about ways. At the same time, the coastline. Kakashi led Sakura and many ninjas to the coastline early. But the huge chakra fluctuations mentioned by Hai did not appear. Kakashi said, everyone, don't let your guard down. Later, I said to the liaison class. Contact the headquarters immediately, no enemy was found on the coastline. Yes, Lord Kakashi, when everyone is on guard. The liaison class also contacted the headquarters. One big man. The second unit has arrived at the coastline. I didn't find the enemy. Hai hurriedly spread perception. Gradually, the chakra of the second unit appeared in the perception of Hichi. What followed is chakra like a tail beast. Hai swallowed saliva. Hurriedly shouted to the liaison group. The enemy is under your feet. Repeat. The enemy is under your feet. Hai's voice was passed to everyone in the second unit through the liaison team. Right now. Puff. Boom. Puff. The ground began to burst. Countless figures of white Zetsu ejected from the ground. Enemy attack. Enemy attack. Watch out. Kakashi hurriedly shouted at the crowd. After all, the Ninja United Army is a regular army of ninjas in each village. At this time there is not much panic. Instead, they have their own unique tricks. Fire-style Phoenix Fire technique. Water-style Great Waterfall technique. In an instant, the quiet and peaceful coastline was buried by the sound of war. Chapter 148 The Reunion of the Hitaki Family. Advertisement. Countless white Zetsu has been killed. Just when the ninjas were going to breathe a sigh of relief. That's what happened. I saw white Zetsu who had been killed, suddenly started to swell. Boom. Split instantly. The dead white Zetsu started to explode one after another. Countless purple smoke spreads. Kakashi's pupils shrink. Not good. Toxic. After speaking, I only feel dizzy. It turned out that when I was talking, I accidentally inhaled it. Hit the ground with one punch. This is terrible. As the toxins spread, more and more ninjas are recruited. Little Sakura led the medical team to continuously rescue the poisoned ninja. Kakashi resisted the physical discomfort. The kunai in his hand pierced White Zetsu's body again and again. One after another White Zetsu fell down. One after another White Zetsu exploded. Over time, the toxins become heavier and heavier. Kakashi's eyes have begun to see things clearly. The head is getting more and more monk. Shaky body. Kakashi has a wry smile on his face. Ah, it looks like it will end here. What? A figure came in front of Kakashi. Boy, the war has just begun, how can you give up? Kakashi raised his eyes, looking at the familiar back of the coming person. Body tremble. Father, my father. Then he scratched his white hair. It seems that hallucinations have occurred. Boom. Hitaki bluntly punched Kakashi on the head. Boy, look carefully. After all, the medical team behind Hitaki hurried forward to treat Kakashi. With the pale green chakra, Kakashi feels his body is back in control. Look at Hitaki Tsukumo. It's really my father. At this time Shumo is beheading White Zetsu. The familiar Hitaki flow knife method. And a half-sleeved Naruto robe. Advertisement. Kakashi suddenly felt tears in his eyes. My father. Hitaki Tsukumo takes a physical meal. Looking back at Kakashi. Kakashi, I have suffered for you all these years. Kakashi adjusted his body and felt a lot more comfortable. Come to Hitaki Tsukumo. Ah, okay, fortunately Wei has always been by my side. After Shumo slashed a White Zetsu to death, he shook the white fang in his hand. Feng Youhui, I have already met him. Kakashi's eyes widened. My father, what do you think of Doi? Powerful. Hitaki Tsukumo's face is full of seriousness. Although I can't perceive chakra on him. However, he is indeed a strong man. Even stronger than me, stronger than First Hokage. Although Kakashi understands Teru's strength. But I never thought that my father would give such an unexpected answer. More powerful than First Hokage. Kakashi murmured without a word. Is it possible? Shumo nodded. Must. After all, Shumo's figure rushed into White Zetsu again. Accompanied by bursts of swords and swords. The bodies of White Zetsu are also increasing. At the same time, the people in the medical class also treat most of the ninjas. Treated ninjas flooded into the battlefield one after another. At the same time, Kakashi's chakra has almost recovered. Coming to Shumo's side, his hands were sealed. Water-style water dragon bomb technique. The huge water dragon swept the White Zetsu in front of you. The white fang in Shumo's hand pulled a sword flower with a short blade. Watching Kakashi say, Kakashi, I haven't seen you for so long, I don't know how well you practiced Hitaki. Kakashi was a little embarrassed when he heard that. Since I got Sharingan, I have neglected a lot of knife skills. Tsukumo looked at the bitter Kakashi and immediately understood. Kakashi, don't you forget the Hitaki knife technique. Kakashi scratched the white hair. Ahaha, neglected training. Shumo said seriously. Kakashi, after the war, pick up the Hitaki sword technique again. Kakashi can only nod with a wry smile. Seeking flowers, 0. Advertisement. Hey, I see, my father. With the addition of Hitaki on the coastal battlefield. It's easier to deal with White Zetsu. Not long after, all the White Zetsu gushing from the ground have been wiped out. Everyone hasn't relaxed for a while. I heard a ninja shout loudly. Everyone, look at it, under the sea. Everyone heard the words and looked at the sea. I saw countless White Zetsu pouring from the bottom of the sea. Kakashi and Tsukumo stared at the sea solemnly. If it's just White Zetsu, it's okay to say. However, a figure appeared on the sea. An unusually familiar figure. Silver hair, red pupils. Iron forehead protector with a protective face on the face. There are 3 red marks on the cheeks. Wearing a black tight-fitting combat uniform. The exterior is equipped with blue laminated hanging armor. The white down fur collar on the shoulders extends all the way to the back. Kakashi's eyes narrowed slightly. Second Hokage. Shumo nodded. According to Xiaohui's analysis, Second Hokage is the key figure in the other party's impure world reincarnation. Kakashi trembles when he hears that. That means, Second Hokage has been instigated. Shumo shook his head. It is very likely that the leader is forcibly controlling the body of second generation. Forcing him to reincarnate as a filthy man. Kakashi nodded. What? Accompanied by the sound of breaking through the air. The figure of Second Hokage appeared on the beach. Lips light up. Sorry, I can't control my body. After all, Senju Tobarama hand seal. Water-style water rushing wave. His own water-style ability is enough to act as a master. Not to mention, the current terrain is more favorable for second generation. In an instant, it summoned a stream of water that rose rapidly like a tornado. Afterwards, the water spread like a waterfall. Charged down to the Ninja Alliance. Kakashi hurriedly shouted. Everyone, go back. Boom. Endless rivers instantly bury the coastline. Chapter 149 Third Generation Item. It's time to rest in peace. Advertisement. At the same time, on the other side of the battlefield. Third Raikage and I are still fighting. Uchiha Itachi and others in the forest in the distance. Itachi frowned, and it seemed that he still couldn't think of a good way to seal the third generation goal. What? Ai's figure appeared beside Itachi. Gasping and gasping. Ha, Uchiha's kid. Haven't thought of a way yet. I looked at Itachi and asked. Itachi shook his head. I clenched his fist. Daddy is worthy of being a daddy, a man with the strongest shield and the strongest spear. Too difficult to deal with. There was a flash of light in Itachi's mind, and he hurriedly asked. Master Fourth Raikage, what did you just say? 973, I paused for a while. Too difficult to deal with. Itachi shook his head. No, that sentence just now. I thought for a moment. The man with the strongest shield and strongest spear. Uchiha Itachi excitedly said. That's it, I get it. Now its eyes turned to wonder. The kid from Uchiha's family, what do you understand? After Itachi explained the plan to I thinks for a moment. Is this feasible? Itachi nodded. Ah, a great chance. Yingsheng replied. I see. What? As soon as the words fell, the figure of Third Raikage appeared in front of the two. Third Raikage has a wild smile on his face. How about, boy, have you found a solution? I clenched his fist. Boom. The lightning-style chakra mode on the body is turned on again. Seriously look at Third Raikage. Father, pay attention. It may hurt a bit. Third Raikage snorted. Humph, kid, you want to beat me. After all, the two are fighting together again. At the same time, the Itachi on the side was not idle. Jian in the hand, looking at the timing, aiming at Third Raikage. Fire style how flame ball. Advertisement. The huge fireball took advantage of Third Raikage to resist Ai's attack. Slam to Third Raikage. A glimpse of the third generation. Uchiha's kid. That's not enough. What? After all, Third Raikage directly raised his right hand. Hell spikes 4 gunshow. Puppy. Carrying a thunderous right hand, he pierced the fireball in one fell swoop. Itachi roared. Fourth Raikage. It's now. What? The voice just fell. Ai's figure appeared behind Third Raikage. Ai yells. Lateral bolt of pain. Chop. The whole body of lightning-style chakra gathered on the right hand. Although the figure of Third Raikage maintains the posture of Shibenkan hand. It's just a cold Humph, kid, you look down on me a little too much. Lightning-style chakra mode full open. Boom. Third Raikage concentrates your mind. Draw a semicircle around the body with Shibankan hand. In an instant, Shibankan hands turn to Ai's body. Lateral bolt of pain. Chop and Shibenkan collided fiercely together. Showdown between hand knives. I let out a muffled hum. Father, your 4 masters are nothing more than that. After all, the lightning style burst all over, and the lateral bolt of pain, Chop instantly poured into his hands. Third Raikage is very pleased to look at Ai. Boy, you really need more to grow up. But, it's not enough to defeat the old man. Hell stab a finger through the hand. With the words of Third Raikage born, 3 of the 4 fingers bend in an instant. The strongest spear begins to show its true strength. In an instant, I only felt that his right hand was going to waste. Hurriedly shouted, Uchiha's kid, it's now. Third generation was surprised by seeing and hearing. His eyes hurriedly searched for Itachi. Not far away, I finally saw Itachi. At this time, Itachi is wearing an orange-red Susanoo. The second form Susanoo. 3 tomo are spinning in the hands of the huge Susanoo. The Mangekyo in Itachi's eyes turned crazy. It's now. Yusaka Guyu. Advertisement. The 3 huge Go Jade are like shurikens. Throw Jung out by Uchiha Itachi. At this time, the Third Raikage was restrained by Ai and could not move. But third generation looked at Ai and said, boy, even with the attack of Uchiha's kid, you won't beat me either. Ai Wenyan remained silent. Third Raikage shook his head helplessly. At this time, the huge Guyu had already arrived in front of the two. Ai's eyes flashed. It's now. What? I saw Ai suddenly recover. Lateral bolt of pain. Chop on the right hand disappears instantly. Ai's body jumped towards the back. Third Raikage's body fell forward involuntarily because of Ai's sudden withdrawal. The huge Guyu smashed into Third Raikage's hands fiercely. Peppy, known as the strongest spear, Yi Gang's hand was fiercely inserted in his chest. A trace of consternation flashed across Third Raikage's face. So this is awe. That's right, Uchiha Itachi came up with exactly that. Now that Third Raikage has strong spear and strong shield, then why not let the two hit each other? At present, the plan is very smooth. Third Raikage's body still turned into confetti and scattered. Itachi waved his hand. Seal class. Hands on. Yes, Lord Itachi. System. What? Itachi's order fell. The ninja who counted to the 5.0 seal class hurriedly came to Third Raikage's side. Looking at Third Raikage, who is currently unable to move. The huge seal scroll in his hand gradually wrapped his body. 2 more instant voices came. Ai and Itachi came to the front of Third Raikage. Ai's state at this time is not very good. Continuous chakra release, causing extreme physical fatigue. And the collision with Third Raikage. I made my right hand tremble uncontrollably again. Third Raikage looked at Ai and Itachi with relief. Boy, good job. The next battle. Come on. The voice fell, and the figure of Third Raikage was sealed. Mustella's lips light up. Third Raikage, rest in peace. Chapter 150. What is the Grand Master of Water Style Tactical Backward? Advertisement. On the other side, the coastal battlefield. Kakashi and Sakumo looked at Senju Tobarama solemnly. Be careful, Ninja Alliance Army. Senju Tobarama just finished speaking. The kunai in his hand flies to Kakashi instantly. When Kakashi easily warded off the suffering. Shuamao hurriedly drank. Kakashi. Be careful. What? Just listen to the sound of la. Senju Tobirama came to Kakashi in an instant. Grasped kunai in your hand with one hand. Flying thunder god slash. Stabbed at Kakashi fiercely. Puff. White smoke flashed. Kakashi turned into wood and escaped Senju Tobirama's attack. Not far away, Kakashi's figure appeared beside Shumo. Senju Tobirama holds kumai in his hand. Look at the two. My impure world reincarnation is not the same as other people's. My strength is the same as before. You have to pay attention. I saw Senju Tobirama's hand seal. Water-style heaven weeping. 12 numerous water needles spouted from his mouth at high speed. Shoot at the two. Scatter. Shuamao shouted. Both Kakashi and Kakashi hurried out of the place. Looking at the two who jumped away, the Jain in Senju Tobirama's hand continued. Water-style water dragon bite. The huge water Uzumaki made by chakra appeared at Kakashi's feet. Kakashi was shocked. Not good. The voice just fell. There is a rising current in the middle of Uzumaki. Boom. The rapid current drove Kakashi into the air. Countless currents converge into a huge water dragon and rush towards Kakashi. Kakashi's pupils shrink. Sharingan instantly turned into Mangekyo. Focus. Aim at the water dragon. Kamui. Base. A twisted space appeared in the void in front of the water dragon. Inhale the water dragon. Kakashi knelt on the ground weakly. At the same time, Shuamao is not idle. Instantly came to Senju Tobirama. The white fang behind him drew his short blade sharply. Advertisement. Hitaki flow sword technique. Law. Strike across Senju Tobirama's body in a cross shape. Thorn it. In an instant, countless confetti flying. Senju Tobirama's mouth curls. You remembered it for me. I am now the body of impure world reincarnation. General ninjutsu and sword techniques are not effective for me. To find my weakness, the ninja hurriedly asked. Master Second Hokage. What is your weakness? Senju Tobirama. This doesn't seem to be there. Everyone. The corner of Kakashi's mouth twitched. If it wasn't for my weakness now, I have to go up and give you a kick. I really didn't expect that Second Hokage, who has always been self-disciplined, calm, and rational. Turns out to be funny too. At this time, Senju Tobirama said again. The body is out of control again. After all, Senju Tobirama's body disappeared. The ninja army hurriedly scanned the surroundings. Sensing ninjas and the Hyuga family are also exploring nearby chakra. At this moment, a voice rang. Master Second Hokage is there. Everyone looked in the direction of the ninja's fingers. Saw Senju Tobirama's mouth violently spouted like waves of water. Around the coastline, the huge oval water polo formed rapidly. Enclosed the ninja army in an instant. Kakashi gritted his teeth. The range is too big. Looking at the scared ninja behind him. You guys, run away. A big drink awakened everyone. Hurriedly yelled and ran into the distance. Run away. To die. To die. What the hell is this? Everyone yelled while running away. Sakumo raised his eyes and looked at Senju Tobirama. That's too late. The seal in Senju Tobirama's hand is quietly completed. There is a trace of unbearableness in his eyes. Definitely survive. Tandem paper bombs. Boom. Everyone felt a strong blasting sound. Kakashi's pupils shrank. Advertisement. I don't know where the countless detonating symbols appeared in a flash. Boom. Boom. The explosion sound is continuous. Kakashi dragged his slightly recovered body and looked at everyone. Everyone. Use earth style to resist. The ninjas in chaos couldn't hear Kakashi at all. Kakashi clenched his fist tightly. Damn it. The explosion is too loud. What should I do? Kakashi's eyes scanned the ellipsoidal barrier back and forth. It seems I can only give it a try. Having said that, Kakashi instantly came to a barrier. Kamui. A line of blood and tears shed in Mangekyo Sharingan. The space in the middle of the barrier is torn. A small black dot appeared. The speed of the water flow has been reduced to the naked eye. Kakashi glances up. Feasible. Subsequently, increase the chakra output of the 973 itself. Base. I saw the space was torn apart. The barrier that Kamui is facing is completely sucked into the Kamui space. Suddenly, water flows into the column. Due to the lack of carrier, tandem paper bombs instantly lost its effect. Escape and ascend to heaven. Countless ninjas are sitting on the ground and shaking. Survived. We survived. Kakashi knelt on his knees. Continuous chakra release. He who was already lacking blue. Exhausted now, Sakumo touched Kakashi's white hair. Kakashi is smiling. Hitaki was stunned when he heard the words. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Resolve the second Hokage talent first. Shuomao looked at him suspiciously. Looked at him with relief. It seems that this war has taught Kakashi a lot. Kakashi, you have grown up. The figure of Hitaki Sakumo appeared beside Kakashi. Kakashi gasped. Look at Senju Tobirama who appears in the distance. Ah, I'll talk about these things later. Now. P.S. Ask for flowers, ask for tickets, ask for rewards. Speaking of which, my father. You are a great ninja. What's wrong? Chapter 151 Senju Tobirama's information. Advertisement. Kakashi and Sakumo looked at Senju Tobirama with solemn eyes. What? Shuomao's figure instantly disappeared from sight. In the next second, his figure has appeared in front of Senju Tobarama. White Fang waved down mercilessly in his hand. Stab. Senju Tobarama surpassed the reaction of ordinary people, and avoided Shumao's White Fang to the limit. Turning around, the kunai in Tobarama's hand turned towards Shumao. Shumao's backhand will stop Kuwu. Two of you come and go. The duel is only relying on physical skills. Kakashi on the side watching the two in the fight. The brain is spinning fast. Is there any way to defeat Senju Tobarama? The ninjas on the side are not idle at the moment. Do your best to clear White Zetsu. Kakashi-sama, what shall we do next? Kakashi clenched his gums. Second Hokage-sama is unusually difficult. In the end, how to do? At this moment, a muffled hum came. Look up. Shumao was kicked by Tobarama. Shumao stabilized his body for a while. Watching Senju Tobarama, Master Second Hokage, you are really strong. Senju Tobarama turns the kunai in his hand. Konoha's White Fang is very good. Can get the approval of Second Hokage, put it in the past. Shumao will definitely be happy. But when the two are on opposite sides, such approval may be the greatest mockery. Shumao's eyes dazzled. Holding White Fang tightly in my hands. Master Second Hokage, be careful. What? There is a sound of breaking through the air. White Fang's body came to Tobarama in an instant. Senju Tobarama frowned. Boy, the same tricks are used over and over again. I have completely seen through it. After all, Tobarama's figure disappeared in place. Appeared behind Shumao. Shumao's pupils shrink. When? After a glimpse, I only saw that behind me. I don't know when I had already inserted the characteristic kunai. This is, quote, Flying Thunder God slash. A deep voice came from behind Shumao. Puff. Advertisement. Tobarama handheld traits of kunai. Inserted into Shumao's body fiercely. Suddenly, confetti is all over the sky. Shumao jumped far away. The battle between the two dazzled everyone. Not to mention, the two people in front of you are the bodies of Impure World Reincarnation. Sakumo looked at Kakashi. I smiled at Kakashi because I didn't know. Kakashi. Kakashi shook his body. My father, are you planning to? Shumao did not answer. Return White Fang to her sheath. Senju Tobarama, a town with dead eyes. Definitely to succeed. What? The figures of White Fang and Tobarama disappear at the same time. Although Tobarama doesn't know what White Fang is thinking about. But there must be nothing wrong with jumping out of place. At this moment, Shuo Mao's figure came from nowhere. Successful. Senju Tobarama's expression was shocked. Full of perception, looking for the figure of Shuo Mao. Puff. I saw the ground cracked. Shuo Mao's figure broke out of the ground. Grab Senju Tobarama's ankle. Tobarama frowned. Is this your last? The corner of Shuo Mao's mouth rises. Motor. Not finished yet. Soul confinement technique. The chakra surging on Shuo Mao's body instantly passed through the palm of his hand. Pour into Tobarama's body. Nani. Senju Tobarama's body instantly stiffened. Shumo looked at Tobarama, who was temporarily unable to move. Said with a smile. Master Second Hokage, this is a technique you invented. Senju Tobarama's face shows a trace of appreciation. Konoha's White Fang deserves to be you. Sakumo is not talking nonsense, turning his head and shouting at Kakashi in a daze. Kakashi. Time is running out. Hurry up and seal it. Hurry up. Kakashi awakened from shock. Hurry up to greet the seal plate. When the giant seal scroll wraps Senju Tobarama's figure. Advertisement. Everyone can breathe out. Relax a bit. Senju Tobarama with only his head left smiling. Watching two people. The ninja army is really great. However, you have to be careful with Uchiha belts. Senju Tobarama's eyes flashed with solemnity. Quote. That kid, I didn't keep a little bit. Hearing the words, the two nodded in response. We see, Lord Tobarama. Senju Tobarama smiled. Don't put on that sad watch. Then a young man flashed in his mind. The corners of the mouth are slightly raised. Maybe we will meet again soon. After all, Senju Tobarama was completely sealed. Kakashi looked at Shumo suspiciously. My father. What does Master Second Hokage's last sentence mean? Hatake chuckled lightly. Stretch out one's arm. Look at me now. Kakashi reacted instantly. What do you mean? Shuamao nodded. It should be. We'll be out of Impure World Reincarnation again. At the same time, in the headquarters, Hai tells everyone the information from the coastline, Good Nuo Jiao. Everyone can finally relax. After all, Senju Tobarama is still too strong. Wei said to Hai, Uncle Hai, over there, put Senju Tobarama there. Orochimaru sent his men to relieve Impure World Reincarnation. Hai replied, Hai, not long after the coastal intelligence updates. Senju Tobarama's Impure World Reincarnation has been cancelled. Teru nodded and looked at Orochimaru. Orochimaru licked his lips. Master Wei, it's time to start. Then let's start. Hui's words fall for the rest of his life. Orochimaru came to White Zetsu's noodles. Hand seal. Impure World Reincarnation technique. Confetti all over the sky. Soon, Senju Tobarama's figure reappeared in front of everyone. Chapter 152 Full Offense. Advertisement. Minato looked at Wei suspiciously. Xiaohui, what are you? Wei waved his hand. Isn't it better to have one more high combat power? Everyone no longer speaks, waiting quietly for Senju Tobarama Su. Soon, Senju Tobarama opened his eyes. Here it is. His eyes swept across everyone's faces. Finally paused on Senju Hashirama's face. Big brother. Senju Hashirama waved his arms with tears and rushed towards Tobarama. To hold Tobarama in one hand. Swaying wildly in my arms. Tobarama. Tobarama slapping Hashirama's arm. Shouted. Brother, let me go. After the fight, Tobarama looks around. Finally looked at the people in front of you. So, this is the headquarters of the Ninja United Army, right? Minato stepped forward and nodded. Yes, Master Second Hokage. Senju Tobarama looks at Minato up and down, frowning. You are 4th Hokage Namikaze Minato, right? It looks like it's not too strong. Minato scratched his head awkwardly, his face full of embarrassment. Ahaha, Master Second Hokage is a little bit shocking. 990 inches. Afterwards, Minato looked straight and asked seriously. Master Second Hokage, about the Uchiha belt. We have some questions we want to ask. Senju Tobarama nodded. If I know the situation, I will tell you. But, it's a pity. All I know is that I am forced to impure world reincarnation others. Until the moment before I went to the battlefield. That kid just solved my thinking. So, I am actually not very clear about everything about him. Everyone was a little disappointed when they heard the words. After all, if you can know more news, the page on the battlefield will be even more advantageous. However, everyone quickly adjusted their emotions. Sitting at the conference table together, thinking of Obito's next move. At the same time, somewhere in the cave, Otsutsuki appears next to Obito. Advertisement. It's time for the old man to play. Obito glanced at the old man. Oh, can't you help it? BCFA, after all, shook hands. It just so happens that I am a little tired of waiting too. Look at the Jew standing aside. Absolutely, draw all white Zetsu into the frontal battlefield. He nodded, and slowly sank into the ground. Otsutsuki glanced at Obito. Boy, if you fail, you know the consequences. Obito snorted. HMPH, old man, then you have to hold on for a while. The light in Otsutsuki Washi's eyes flashed by. Before you succeed, maybe the old man will kill them all. Obito glanced at the old man, and said nothing. Feng Youhui flashed through my mind. Arrogance will definitely hurt you. Mangekyo flashed in Uchiha Obito's right eye. Uzumaki formed in the void. Gradually swallowed Obito's figure. The helpless figure of Otsutsuki walked out of the cave slowly. Look at the battlefield in the distance. The light in Tensagen exudes a strange color. Total war begins now. What? Wuxi disappeared into the field of vision instantly. On the battlefield, unexpectedly ushered in the empty window period. The time of the day flashed by. During this period, only a few white Zetsu still attacked. As if the enemy disappeared in an instant. Headquarters meeting room. Everyone looked at the map with solemn expressions. Raikage was the first to be unbearable. An angry punch on the table. What the hell is the Uchiha kid doing? Why can't the sensing unit find them? Minato frowned and asked the leisurely Wei. Xiaohui, is Nine Tails okay? Wei shook his head. They were sent to a safe place by me long before the war started. Even if Obito has great abilities, he won't be able to find it for a while. Minato nodded, watching the map again. At this moment, Haiyi's voice came. My lord, the enemy has appeared. Advertisement. Everyone was shocked. Where? How many people? Oyemu looked at Haiyi and asked. Haiyi feels the extraordinary chakra. Swallowing saliva. Adults, the number of enemies is unknown. However, the amount of chakra is too large. In the perception of Haiyi, the amount of chakra of the enemy can no longer be described by the tail beast. Where is the enemy? Minato asked. Haiyi hurriedly said. North. Have you found Obito's chakra? Master Minato, I didn't find Obito's chakra. But. Haiyi hesitated and stopped. Raikage yells. What time is it now? Hurry up. Haiyi thought for a moment. A very large chakra appeared. Preliminary estimate is Super Kage level. Everyone trembled. Super Kage level. How long hasn't it been since? Of course, Wei does not count. Minato was the first to recover from the shock, his eyes swept over everyone. Everyone, you may need to send the shadows present here this time. Everyone nodded and did not refute. After all, other enemies beyond Kage level are no longer a problem that can be solved by a large number of people. At this moment, Wei stood up. Well, let me go. Everyone looked at Feng Youhui. Terumi Mei frowned. Master Wei, it's not time for you to come forward yet. Wei waved his hand. Just move your body as an exercise. Terumi Mei tangled for a moment. Since this is the case, I will go too. Wei raised his brows. Woman, you might die. Terumi Mei shook her head. I am Kurigakure's shadow, don't underestimate me. Wei Wenyan shrugged. Then give full play to your strength. The Shadow of Kurigakure. Chapter 153 Northern Battlefield. Advertisement. The voice fell. Wei walked out holding a paper umbrella. Terumi Mei and everyone nodded. So he took Chojuro and Ching and left the headquarters. Minato and others are seated again. Wei walked out of the headquarters, stretched greatly. Ah, nice weather. Nestled in the headquarters for several days. Weedu feels that his body is about to rust. Terumi Mei behind him chuckled lightly. Master Wei, don't you just want to come out to bask in the sun, right? Wei feels the breeze blowing across her face. Ah, of course the most important thing is to solve the enemy. After all, Wei walked forward. Terumi Mei froze in place. Mo, I really want to bask in the sun. After all, I hurried to catch up with Hui's pace. Master Wei, are we going to walk over like this? Half an hour passed. Wei did not use Shunpo. But swaying forward. Terumi Mei is anxious. After all, through the description of Hai, Terumi Mei has guessed that the enemy is extremely powerful this time. Slow down, more people will die. So, Terumi Mei doesn't understand why Wei is so calm. Wei stopped and looked back at Terumi Mei. Staring at the latter. The scorching gaze made Terumi Mei's face show a trace of blush. Wei lips lightly open. Don't you know you asked earlier? Terumi Mei, Master Wei, what do you mean? Wei doesn't speak, just staring at Terumi Mei. Terumi Mei suddenly realized. Master Wei, shouldn't you get lost? Wei waved his hand. No, I just forgot that I will Shunpo again. Jiao Mei Ming. Terumi Mei's mouth twitches. Good reason. In fact, Hui's Reiatsu has been investigating the battlefield in the north. Although the enemy's actions are already fast. But the two sides have not yet started fighting. But Wei was thinking about another thing. The connection between him and Kurama just broke. This surprised him a bit. After all, Kurama is now in Reiatsu Cave. That place, Kamui of Obito doesn't know if I can find it. However, looking at the current situation, it is estimated that Kurama and the others have been captured. Advertisement. Wei sighed helplessly. Kurama, I still can't avoid being absorbed. It is precisely because Wei is thinking. So the feet of the two are much slower. Giving up thinking, Wei came to Terumi Mei. Terumi Mei withdraws slightly. Master Wei, what are you going to do? Looking at Wei getting closer and closer, Terumi Mei's face flashed blush. Wei turned a deaf ear. Take Terumi Mei into her arms. What? Terumi Mei exclaimed. Wei frowned. Don't be noisy, speed it up now. Terumi Mei nodded dazedly. Wei looked towards Chengjuro and Qing. You two should speed up. The shocked two hurriedly answered. Yes, Master Wei. What? At the moment of demeaning, Wei has disappeared in front of the two with Terumi Mei. On the northern battlefield, Jiraiya has received the message from the headquarters. A large number of enemies are moving towards here. Jiraiya prepares his subordinates early. Although I know that Feng Youhui is here to support. Jiraiya's heart is still heavy. Looking back at the ninja behind. A nervous look. Most of them are on the battlefield for the first time. Hey, I don't know what will happen. Jiraiya sighed slightly and continued to pay attention to the wind and grass ahead. Boom, boom. The earth is shaking. Jiraiya's eyes narrowed. It's coming. Get ready. Yes, Lord Jiraiya. Puff. Accompanied by a burst of sound. The forest in front was raised directly to the ground. Countless white Zetsu rushed from the front with the roar. Roar, roar. Jiraiya waved his hand. Boys, kill. Kill. Countless ninjas roared for their courage. Seeking flowers, 0. Crazy nod in the hand. Advertisement. Fire-style great fireball technique. Boom. Countless huge great fireballs have drowned White Zetsu. The moment White Zetsu died, an explosion occurred in his body. Jiraiya's pupils shrink. Not good. Toxic. Big hand wave. Pay attention to protection. Under the command of Jiraiya. The ninjas try their best to use long-range ninjutsu to contain the enemy. Not long. Looking at White Zetsu still in a steady stream. Jiraiya frowned. If this continues, the chakra of the Ninja Alliance will be consumed sooner or later. In the end, how to do? At this moment, a voice came from behind. Pervy Sage, I'm here to help you. Jiraiya is overjoyed. Look back. Boy Wei, are you finally? A yellow hair appeared in Jiraiya's sight. Naruto. The person here is Naruto. Naruto rubs a huge Rasengan in his hands. Wind-style spiral shuriken. Base. The right hand threw forward fiercely. Spiral shuriken rushed into White Zetsu's lineup with the gust of wind. Boom. There is a blast. Destroy countless White Zetsu with just one blow. Patter. Naruto fell beside Jiraiya. Pervy Sage, I know this kind of thing. According to the pre-war allocation, Naruto should be on standby in the southern battlefield at this time. Okay, I'll talk about the gossip later. Jiraiya's face looks better after hearing this. Don't worry, I only brought a small team. Naruto hurriedly said. P.S. Ask for flowers, ask for tickets, ask for rewards. And. With that, Naruto patted his chest. If Naruto insists on coming. This time there is news from the headquarters. Naruto, why are you here? So, Jiraiya's face is serious. Solve the enemy first. We'll kill the entire ninja coalition. Let me come and support. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Subsequently, the two joined the battle. In case of any accident in the southern battlefield. Chapter 154 Those eyes that are as famous as Rinnegan. Advertisement. With the addition of Naruto and Jiraiya. The advantage of the battlefield gradually tilts towards the Ninja Alliance. Toad Fire Bullet. Wind-style spiral shuriken. Boom. As the two continue to eliminate White Zetsu. The stamina of the two of them gradually began to lose their strength. What? Jiraiya and Naruto stand back to back. Looking around, there are still countless white Zetsu. Gasping. Ha, 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 pervy sage, how come there are so many? Jiraiya dignifiedly sweeps white Zetsu. Hold on. Soon, Brother Wei will be here. Naruto nodded when he heard the words. The two continue to eliminate the 990 extremities. Time passed in the battle again. The physical strength of the ninja allied forces is losing too much. At this moment, an old voice suddenly sounded. Is this the ninja alliance? Huh, it's just a pile of rubbish. Everyone looked around. Who is it? The enemy's boss, a ninja pointing at the sky. There, Jiraiya and others looked up. An old man stood in the void in between. Pale skin, blue and white hair, wearing white clothes with a go jade pattern painted on the neck. Jiraiya frowned. Who are you? The old man seems to disdain nonsense with Jiraiya. Raise your right hand. Gravitational. The ground is cracked. Countless rocks fly into the air, floating beside Wush. Flick your right finger. What? Countless rocks rush to the ground with supreme power. Hurry up, Jiraiya yelled, making seals in his hands. Earth-style earth flow wall. The huge stone wall rises up. Seeing this, the ninja on the side hurriedly imitated Jiraiya. Earth-style earth flow wall. Earth-style earth flow wall. Suddenly, countless earth walls resisted the rocks from above. Advertisement. Boom, boom. The rock fell on the dirt wall. There was a huge roar between the two. Rock's attack is finally over. The entire battlefield was buried in heavy smoke. Ahem. Jiraiya smashed the earth wall, coughing violently. More and more ninjas come out from under the dirt wall. We survived. Some people are already crying. We actually survived. Jiraiya drank. Be wary of the surroundings. The war is not over yet. Everyone heard the words and eased from the joy of surviving. Hurry to rescue other buried ninjas. Jiraiya looked up into the air. Looking for the old man. Finally locked the position of the old man in the void. Jiraiya's eyes changed. Pervy sage, what shall we do now? The gray-headed Naruto has come to Jiraiya's side at some point. Jiraiya said without looking back. Naruto, when necessary, take them to retreat. Naruto was surprised when he heard that. Ms. Jiraiya, what do you mean? Jiraiya sighed and turned around. Patted Naruto's shoulder hard. Looking at Naruto with relief. Naruto, the future of ninja world depends on you young people. What? After all, Jiraiya's figure has appeared in front of Wush. Jiraiya hand seal. Although I don't know who you are. However, as long as you are the enemy, you are right. Fire style great flame shot. Chakra quickly transforms into oil. Quickly integrate with fire style. Squirting fiercely towards Wush. Wushi raised his brows. Condensed green chakra in your hands. The flame bomb hits the green chakra, like a stone into the sea. There was no ripple. Jiraiya was shocked. Nani? Looked at him with disdain. Is it only to this degree? After all, there is a green chakra in the right hand. Green ball of light. Swish. The ball of light quickly shoots towards Jiraiya. Advertisement. Oops, puppy. A green ball of light runs through Jiraiya's arm. At the critical moment, Jiraiya forcibly moved his body. Dodged the fatal blow. It's not over yet. I saw the chakra on Jiraiya's body rushing frantically towards the hopelessness. The extraction was too fast, causing Jiraiya's body to be exhausted in an instant. Kneel on the ground on one knee. Looking up at Wush. Can I still absorb chakra? Jiraiya pulled the green chakra ball from his arm. The body jumps in the distance. Wu Shi frowned. Seems very dissatisfied with the damage caused by the green ball. Then, his brows loosened. It doesn't matter, I will die anyway. After all, the chakra on Wu Shi suddenly broke out. The coercion radiated fiercely pressed everyone on the ground. Roar. Naturally, White Zetsu will not miss such a good opportunity. They stepped forward and killed the ninja. Ah, help. I don't want to die. Ah, countless ninjas screamed. Jiraiya knelt on the ground weakly. Naruto struggled to stand up from the pressure. Desperately resisting White Zetsu, Wu Shi finally has an action. I saw his right hand stretched out. 5.0. Countless truth-seeking balls appeared instantly. Truth-seeking ball seems to have life. An indifferent voice came from all around. Wu Shi pointed the truth-seeking ball at the ground. Right now, this chakra. Danger. Now, it's dead. Jiraiya watched Wushi's movements. Everything is over. Chop. Put down the blade in your hand. Surprised in my heart. Silver Wheel reincarnation explodes. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. P.S. Ask for flowers, ask for tickets, ask for rewards. Countless ninjas are sitting on the ground. Even Jiraiya's face is full of despair. Wow, spinning around the right hand. The huge tornado swept to the ground fiercely. Chapter 155 Otsutsuki Wush vs Feng Youhui. Advertisement. What? An extremely large Reiatsu flew from the ground to the tornado. Boom. The two collided fiercely. It caused a huge roar. The smoke is gone. The tornado and Reiatsu slash are all gone. Jiraiya stared at the young man in front of him blankly. Slender and slim body. The long black hair was tied into a ponytail and drifted in the wind. Wearing an inky black kimono. The bells on the waist jingle. Make a beautiful sound. Foot on the wooden exhibition. The white paper umbrella has long since disappeared. Holding a quaint zanpakuto in his hand. Jiraiya was relieved immediately. Grin open. Boy Wei, you are finally here. Wei looked back at Jiraiya. Yeah, lascivious old man. You were beaten so miserably. Jiraiya Rai smiled 12 times. Known as one of Sanin. Since meeting Wei, it feels like this ninja world is beginning to develop in a strange direction. One enemy after another with unlimited combat power. As if I was abandoned by the times. Jiraiya sighed with emotion. Ah, this war depends on you. Wei shrugged. Don't worry, lascivious old man. Looking at the Otsutsuki in the void. This war will definitely be won. What? The voice just fell. Hui's figure has appeared in the void. Jiali is in the void, looking at the opposite Otsutsuki Wush. Old man, name. Wushi seems to be immersed in the new hit just now. Until Hui's voice sounded. Without giving up, I pulled my thoughts back. His eyes fixed on Hui's body. The old man's name is Otsutsuki Wush. Little ghost, you are Feng Youhui, right? Although it is an interrogative sentence, Wushi speaks with certainty. Wei brow frivolous. You helped Obito escape from the meeting room last time, right? Wushi was surprised. Unexpectedly, you discovered me at that time. Wei pulled a sword flower. Advertisement. Ah, your chakra is obvious after all. Wushi frowned. Boy, do you mean I am weak? Wei shrugged. Who knows? Branch. Otsutsuki did not let go of words, and his body trembled. Boy, how did you know? The corner of Hui's mouth rises. Want to know? Come and beat me. System. Otsutsuki Wush disappeared instantly in place. Spirit ball. The green chakra is gathered in the palm. Humph. If you don't want to say it, then the old man will force you to say it. Wave. The mental ball was shot into Wei Jun's body. Speaking disdainfully. The little ghost is really a little ghost, you can't hide it like this. Looking at the Wei in front of you. The old man can control your will and actions as much as you like for those who have won this trick. You can even get your thoughts. Let's talk. Little devil, where did you hear about it? Hui's gaze said. Sluggish. I knew it from a mysterious place. Wushi immediately asked. Where? The corners of Hui's mouth have a smile unknowingly. You guess. Otsutsuki's helpless expression is shocked. Look at Wei. You. How could you be okay? Wei looked at Wush with a smile. You guess. No home. Guess. I guess your sister. What? Zanpakuto in Hui's hand quietly waved down. Surprised. Run chakra quickly, resisting the slash. Old man, you can't stop it. Thorn. I saw Zanpakuto go straight through the pale green chakra. Cut to Wush fiercely. Nani. She was shocked and hurriedly disappeared in place. Looking at Wei with dread. Uncontrollable body. Unstoppable slash. Eccentric. Wei looked at Wush who retreated to the distance. Advertisement. Lips light up. Are you fighting with me for what purpose? Do you have any hatred against me? There should be no talent at all, right? So, can you hate me from the bottom of your heart? Otsutsuki no home. What are you doing here? I saw him raise his right hand. Go to hell. Golden wheel reincarnation explodes. Truth-seeking ball turned into a huge yellow chakra lightsaber. Split Shangwei. Wei stood in place, Reiatsu surging on his body. The corners of the mouth rise. Interesting. Ryujin Jaka on the right hand slashed at the chakra lightsaber. Shujin Ji. What? The huge light blue Reiatsu slash collides with the chakra lightsaber. Boom. The waves caused by the collision of the two directly overturned objects within a few kilometers. All of the Jiraiya and the Ninja Alliance above the ground. 990 clutching the ground desperately. Jiraiya raised his head hard to look at Hui's back. Boy, definitely win. After all, Jiraiya is physically exhausted. The body floats towards the rear. The Ninja Coalition forces also flew towards the rear. The sound waves dissipated. The forest has long since turned into nothingness. A pit of hundreds of meters has been formed. Weihei's stunning figure still stands on both sides of the pothole. Is there only this level? Otsutsuki family. Wei looked at it disdainfully, panting slightly and said. Wushi raised his head, angrily ding Zuhui. Boy, it's you who are looking for death. I saw the green chakra enveloping the Wush body. The flames that turned into green are burning. Wushi exhales deeply. Tenseigen chakra mode on. Boom. Yun that. The coercion of chakra on Wushi is contained in a world. The Ninja Coalition forces who had just crawled out of the ground were attacked by chakra again. Wei faced the pressure that struck. As if coercion does not exist. Calmly looking at the hopeless. That's it. Chapter 156. You really shame the Otsutsuki clan. Advertisement. Hui's expression is full of contempt. This kind of contempt deeply stimulates Otsutsuki's impervious heart. How dare you? This is the supreme power of the Otsutsuki clan. Otsutsuki clenched his fists. Feng Youhui, this is a brand new power you have never seen before. What? Wushi started to explode. Ah, that's not right, exploded chakra. Boom. The mighty chakra cracked all the rocks around him. Scary face. Right hand facing Feng Youhui. Gravitational. The powerful gravitational force is coming from Wush. The ground is broken. Countless rocks rush towards Wei. I saw that Wei just casually waved Ryujin Jaka in his hand. Knock down the rocks one after another. What? Wushi's figure appeared in front of Hyde instantly. Right hand clenched fist wrapped in pale green chakra. Hit Feng Youhui fiercely. Wei glanced his head to the right. Easily dodge Wushi's fist. A trace of success flashed in Wushi's eyes. Not finished yet. Wushi's left knee pressed hard against Hui's abdomen. Hui's face finally changed. Seem. A touch of disappointment. Unfortunately, Wush didn't see it. Wow. Roar. If Hui's figure shoots at the ground like a sharp arrow. Countless broken stones burst. Nothing is floating in the void. The corners of the mouth open to a crazy arc. Shout. Feng Youhui, you are still far away. Hands out. This is the real strength of the old man. Patter. Wei removed the gravel from his body. Body floats in the void again. Looking at the jet black kimono that has been shattered. A corner of the mouth. Spray. It's broken again. W. Having said that, just listen to the sound of stab. Wei tore the clothes on his upper body to pieces. Showing a slightly thin but strong upper body. Ryujin Jaka on the right hand aims at Wush. Hey, you are really ashamed of the Otsutsuki clan. Advertisement. Nani. Wush directly fried the hair. He is a direct descendant of the Otsutsuki family. How could it be possible for others to insult him like this? Humph. Wushi let out a cold snort. Humble inferior man. Go to hell. Wush hands emit a pale green chakra. Wow. Swish. Wow. Countless chakra bullets rush towards Wei. When. Wei will block chakra one by one. I have a sword flower in my right hand. Looks indifferently at the hopeless. Now, I'm really tired of your moves like this. What? After all, Hui's figure disappeared instantly. Wushi's body trembled. Fast speed. Swish. Hui's figure has appeared beside Wush. Ryujin Jaka on the right hand swipes from top to bottom. Wushi sneered. Still too tender. The Tenseigen mode of the old man is not so easy to break through the defense. Wushi reincarnated directly, and his right hand fisted towards Wei. Stab. Ryujin Jaka easily cut Tenseigen chakra mode. Puff. I saw a deep scar on Wushi's chest. You can even see the dense bones inside. Wushi endured the pain, and came to the distance instantly. Looking at Wei warily, the injury on his body is recovering quickly. Wei raised his brows when he saw this. Oh, it doesn't seem to be such a waste. At least, the treatment is good. Wushi listened to the full of ridicule. Not angry this time. Instead, he looked at Wei with dread. What's wrong? Isn't it coming up? What? Wei ridiculed, waving the ludao in his hand and slashing towards Wush fiercely. It's a great time for the two of you to come to me. The people on the battlefield looked silly early. People who have never seen Wei make a move are even more stunned watching the battle between the two. Never thought that individual battles could change the terrain on such a large scale. Naruto holds the sword in his hand and looks at Wei with longing eyes. Advertisement. Brother Wei, I will definitely catch up with you. Jiraiya looked at Wei relaxed back. Smile on face. Boy Wei, you are really terrifying. The time for counting interest, as soon as it passed. Hui's upper body is still spotless. There are no scars. On the other hand, the injuries on his body are getting heavier and heavier. Countless scars are wrapped around the body. Tenseigen chakra mode has long been forced to cancel. Wush is getting more and more frightened. What kind of monster is this? No matter where you make the move, you will be instantly insight. And find the weakness to fight back. Wushi looked at Wei who still attacked tirelessly. Clenching teeth. Blow to Wei with a punch. What? Wei easily avoided his fist. Otsutsuki no home. Huh. Taunting in Hui's mouth. Ryujin Jaka on his right hand pierced Wushi's abdomen. Puff. Wushi's pupils shrank. Not good. Puff. Sword into the body. Wushi endured the pain and kicked Xiongwei. Wei brow raised. Oh, isn't this still actionable? Pull out Ryujin Jaka, and his body, Nanos, jumps far away. Wushi hurriedly withdrew from the battle circle. Hand seal. Feng Youhui, I will repay this grudge. Boom. Probably as tall as Kurama. With this stupid big man, you want to run. Hui's gaze shifted from the stone statue to Wushi's body. Wei shook his head helplessly. Wei looked at the stone statue. The helpless who was taking all the time to heal his wounds, sneered. A rough estimate. The huge white smoke dispersed. Even if it is broken, it can be recovered quickly. Do you look down on me too much? A huge stone statue that looks exactly like Hamura appeared in front of everyone. Summoning technique. You look down on the stone statue too much. As long as I am not dead, he will not disappear. Chapter 157. This is the end of the game. No home. Advertisement. With the sound of Hui's words falling. Behind Wei appeared a fire spirit entwining the power of the stars. At this time, the fire spirit is full of golden star power. Amazingly, it has reached the level of the Elf King. Roar. The fire spirit roared excitedly. After all, since becoming the Elf King. Haven't come out once. Jiraiya on the battlefield, looking at two giants. Hurriedly shouted to everyone. Quickly get out of here. The ninjas who are still in shock are all over. This is Master Hui's summoning beast. It looks so strong. Jiraiya's mouth twitched. Ah, you guys. Get out of here quickly. The ninjas just remembered that they now seem to be in the middle of the two giants. Run away. White teeth. Evacuate quickly. Everyone hurriedly withdrew from the battlefield. Wei stood on the shoulders of Fire Spirit. Yu Guang glanced at the ninja coalition army that had retreated. Left hand patted Huo Ling. 990 inches go on. Crush him. Roar. Hearing this, the Fire Spirit rushed towards the huge stone statue impatiently. Wush on the other side wanted to find a chance to escape. Watching the appearance of the Fire Spirit, he knew he had no hope of escape. Gritting his teeth, directing the stone statue to rush towards the Fire Spirit. Roar. The waves caused by the two behemoths directly made everyone watching the battle feel a hurricane. Jiraiya's right hand is in front of him, blocking the flying stones. Looking at the confrontation between two giants, the actions of Naruto and the Ninja United Army are as highly consistent as Jiraiya. Staring tightly at the indifferent Wei. Boom. Huo Ling unceremoniously hit the stone statue with a punch. Shatter the right shoulder of the stone statue directly. Kara. In an instant, the shoulders of the stone statue returned to normal. Wu Shi looked at Wei and shouted. Feng Youhui, it's useless for you to do this. Advertisement. Wei turned a deaf ear, but sat calmly on Huo Ling's shoulders. Won't give up seeing Wei so indifferent. No more ridicule. After all, he is full of confidence in his stone statue. The stone statue stretched out its hands and tried to catch the Fire Spirit. The Fire Spirit dodges the attack of the stone statue flexibly. Straighten your right 5 fingers. He plunged into the body of the stone statue fiercely. Roar. Huo Ling let out a roar. I saw countless star power spreading along the Fire Spirit's right hand into the body of the stone statue. A stone statue that should have no pain suddenly started yelling. Roar. The roar is full of pain. Wrinkled brows. Don't seem to understand what happened. Wei said faintly. Fire Spirit can turn everything into nothing. Boom. As if in response to Hui's voice, endless flames began to erupt from the stone statue's body. Ah, the painful voice did not last long. The stone statue has been wrapped in flames. Soon it turned into magma-like stones and scattered all over the place. Everything happened so quickly, so that Wush hasn't reacted yet. The stone statue is gone. The lack of home at this moment encompasses the wounded chest. Floating in the void blankly. White hair scattered. Like a lunatic. Muttered. Impossible. This is not BCFA possible. Bloodshot eyes staring at Wei. What kind of monster are you? This is not chakra at all. What? I saw Hui's figure disappear on Huo Ling's shoulder. Appeared in front of Wu Shi in an instant. The right hand is pinching Wushi's neck. With indifferent eyes, I looked at the utterly shocked Wush. This is the end of the boring game. Conviction evil. Advertisement. Hell like a devil is in Wushi's ears. Wu Shi's body trembled. It seems that some unknown change has occurred in the body. Wei threw Wu Shi's body to the ground. Woolen cloth. Wushi's intimate contact with the ground. Stir up a layer of smoke. The smoke dissipated, and he touched his body reluctantly. He looked at Wei. This time, it was full of endless fear. What did you do to me? The unknowing change finally changed Wushi's attitude. Ignorance is the scariest thing. What? Click. Wei came to Wushi's body and gently fell on the ground. Ryujin Jaka is in the sheath. Put his left hand on the blade of Ryujin Jaka. It's like looking at an ant, looking at no house. Nothing. I'm tired of rolling your boring duel game. In fact, from the battle between the two, Wei felt it. Although Tensagen is more pure than the one used on White Zetsu. But it's not much pure. Wu Shi knelt on the ground, and suddenly saw her and felt her body tremble. I saw Wu Shi clutching her abdomen. Roared desperately. He felt it. That kind of pain. Wushi's abdomen began to turn into crystallization. The crystal slowly spreads around the body. Every step of diffusion. The screams of Wush will resound in the sky. Every time I want to self-discipline. That kind of crystal seems to have life. Controlling Wush can't commit suicide. Can't coma. Can only endure more and more intense pain. In the end, Wushi's whole body turned into a crystal. But he still remained kneeling. Wei waved his right hand. The invisible spiritual power sweeps the Wush crystal. Carla. Suddenly, the crystals turned into powder and scattered in the air. Chapter 158 Obito's next move. Advertisement. As Wush turns into scraps. Jiraiya and others swallowed saliva. What kind of power is that? I have never seen Feng Youhui use it. Jiraiya trembling hands. Watching the young man who was getting closer. Boy Wei, you really are, always will surprise people. Jiraiya smiled helplessly. It seems that in life, I have never been dissatisfied with my own strength. Except today. The appearance of various gods makes myself feel deeply powerless. Wei seems to understand Jiraiya's heart. Stepped forward and patted Jiraiya on the shoulder lightly. It's okay. Anyway, you are also old, and your strength will be great if you don't regress. Jiraiya. It's heartbroken, it's still the kind of cruel knife. The ninjas behind looked at Wei. There is a light of worship in his eyes. After all, this world respects the strong. If the previous Wei is very strong. It was only spread among the previous generation. Now, Wei is powerful. I saw it with my own eyes. Master Wei, so strong. The object of my life. This is the voice of a male ninja. Not to mention female ninjas. I missed it by myself. Ah, Master Wei is so handsome. Master Wei, look over here. It must be watching me. What are you talking about? It's definitely looking at me. At this moment, Hui's popularity is bursting. As for why no one fears Hui's strength. Don't ask as handsome as the audience masters. Naruto came to Wei with excitement. Aha, big brother Wei. What's wrong, Naruto? Naruto double sun shines. Brother Wei, what was the last trick you used? Can you give it to me? Wei raised his brows. Dwang, hit Naruto's head with a punch. Naruto covered his head with both hands. Advertisement. Ah, it hurts. Wei blows the white smoke on his fist. Stupid, you can't chew too much. Practice your current ninjutsu. Jiraiya also nodded aside. Hiji is right, Naruto, you just need to focus on your own ninjutsu. Naruto yelled at Jiraiya. Ah, pervy sage, you said the same before arriving first. Dwang, another love fist hit Naruto's head. Jiraiya said. Yell, Naruto, listen to what your brother Wei said, learning is too complicated, but it is not good for you. Naruto pouted dissatisfiedly. But brother Wei will say a lot. Jiraiya is speechless for a while. After thinking about it, it seems that Naruto is right. Recalling Hui's ability in my mind. Swordsmanship, flames, swordsmanship with flames. Of course, the most terrifying skill of the huge demon sword is the one that killed the hopelessly just now. Jiraiya looked at Wei. Speaking of which, boy Wei, you also learned a lot of miscellaneous things. Wei heard Jiraiya's voice through his heart early. What the hell is sword art with flames? What the hell is the giant's monster sword technique? Why add a huge length? Wei took a deep breath. Laughter old man, my situation is different from Naruto. Then, looking at him with contempt. I can all grandmasters, can you guys? Pippy. Puff puff. The words are like a sharp knife stuck in the chest of the two. It's another heart-to-heart quotation. Wei looked at the medical team that had been helping the wounded. Looking at the ninjas who were still in a daze. Sighed. Hey, you guys, clean the battlefield now. What are you doing in a daze? The ninjas wake up from their worship of Wei, hurriedly cleaning the battlefield. Jiraiya said. Boy Wei, do you want to stay in the northern battlefield too? Wei turned Ryujin Jaka into a paper umbrella. Seeking flowers, 0. While talking. Right here for now. Advertisement. It's a bit too troublesome to return to the headquarters to support. Jiraiya nodded. Boy Wei, now Obito's main force has been wiped out. What do you think Obito can do next? Hearing this, Wei looked up at the huge moon. Who knows? Jiraiya sighed. Obito's life, I also read carefully. Why do you suddenly become so strong? Wei shrugged. Maybe Obito is just a pawn. Jiraiya was surprised. Boy Wei, you mean, Obito is not behind the scenes? Point 0. Wei waved his hand. This kind of thing will soon be known, isn't it? At the same time, the battlefield on the west side. Uzumaki-like distortion suddenly appeared in the silent sky. The ninja coalition army hiding behind the big tree stared with bated breath. Quietly took out the scroll in his hand. Write the information up. Boom. The information book disappeared, and the ninja united army paid attention. Look at the people walking out of the void. Uchiha Obito. The Obito situation at this time is actually not good. His clothes are in tatters. Bloodline is everywhere. Puff. Obito's body fell to the ground. Ahem. Blood was coughed out of Obito's mouth. Obito's facial cleansing treatment. 9 tails. I remember this hatred. It turns out that Obito does know where Kurama is. And I went to Reiatsu cave. Completely absorbed the remaining 3 tails. But under the strong counterattack of 8 tails and 9 tails. Barely absorbed half of the power of the 2-tail beasts. But this is enough. Ha 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 ha. Obito laughed wildly. Completely ignore the pain of the body. Chapter 159. The capture is complete. Advertisement. After the laughter, the figure of Ju appeared from the ground. Obito, did you succeed? Black Zetsu asked hoarsely. Obito braced himself hard. I barely succeeded. The other half of White Zetsu yelled. Obito, there are people around, and it's an enemy. Obito nodded coldly. I already know. The ninja coalition behind the tree trembled all over when he heard the words. Stop hiding, and rush towards the distance. Obito makes a cold snort in his nose. Want to run? Too naive. After all, a pale hand stretched out from the feet of the ninja who was running away in the distance. It is White Zetsu. Run with the ninja. 990, let me go. White Zetsu turned a deaf ear and said with a smile on his face. Bye-bye. Puff. The ninja shot countless branches from the inside out. Wood-style cutting technique. The figure of White Zetsu merges into the underground again. Reappearing by Obito's side, Obito sat on the spot, treating the wound on his body. While asking, how is the plan going now? Black Zetsu organized the language and slowly said. The northern battlefield is completely occupied, and Otsutsuki is dead. Obito's action paused, a corner of the mouth. Shout, that old man, I know I can't beat Feng Youhui. Well, forget it, it's just a chess piece. Brother 2, you are also a chess piece. Obito continued to ask. Has the mass-produced white Zetsu all died? Black Zetsu nodded. Ah, after all, it is a mass-produced defective product. It is already very good to be able to do this step. Obito, up to now, our plans have all collapsed. I think it's time to call him out. Obito frowned, then let go. Now I have the power of 10 tails. Even if you summon him out, it doesn't matter. Obito lifts his lips. Ah, summon it out. Black Zetsu stared at Obito with empty eyes for several seconds. Then nodded. Advertisement. Then I'm going to prepare. Are you going to stay here? Obito nodded. After all, the intelligence of the Ninja Alliance has been passed on. I'll just wait for Feng Youhui here. He asked suspiciously. Your body, is it okay now? It's just a small injury, it doesn't get in the way. The Black Stronghold nodded, and said no more. The body slowly sinks into the ground. Obito looked at the disappearance of Ju, his body paused. Thought of, Black, even if your backer is that man. I am stronger than him now. ... On the other side, in the headquarters. Woolen cloth, with a puff of white smoke passing by. An intelligence scroll appeared in front of Luju. Luju opened the scroll and looked at the information on it. Frowning, I hurriedly said to the movie I was doing. My lord, Obito has appeared. Everyone was shocked, Minato hurriedly said. Where did it appear? Luju put the intelligence scroll on the table. Staring at everyone with solemn eyes. Western battlefield. Minato nodded. Notify Xiaohui immediately. Yes. Then I looked at everyone. Zu-kun, it's time for the decisive battle. Onoki, as well as Terumi-mei and Raikage who returned, nodded one after another. This time, the old man wants to visit him for a while. Onoki said. Minato waved his hand. Hand the traits of Kunai to everyone. The only enemy left is Obito, let's go together. On the southern battlefield, the cleaning work is proceeding in an orderly manner. Wei and Jiraiya sat in the tent. Jiraiya looks at the map and seems to be looking for Obito's next target. Wei looked at his system panel. Host. Feng Youhui. Physical strength. Energy. Reiatsu. Magic. Advertisement. Currently fused character. Yamamoto Genryūsai 100% fusion. Asakura Leaf King 100% fusion. Ghost Eye Crazy 100% fusion. The Arrogant Witch Typhon 98% fusion. Number of draws currently available, 0. Wei nodded in satisfaction. It seems that the next character can be drawn soon. At this moment, a ninja's voice came. Master Wei, Master Jiraiya, call from headquarters. Hurry up, yes. The liaison team took a piece of information and handed it to Jiraiya. After reading it, Jiraiya frowned. Speaking of, boy Wei, Obito has appeared on the western battlefield alone. Wei brow raised. What's the opinion of the lecherous old man? Jiraiya shook his head. It's abnormal. Where is it not normal? Jiraiya pondered for a moment. If Obito is really desperate now, it should be even crazier. However, he appeared on the western battlefield alone. Furthermore, the intelligence said that Obito had injuries on his body. What did he do? Hearing this, Wei nodded. I know this. Jiraiya surprised. Oh, boy Wei, why? 5.0 Wei turned the paper umbrella in his hand and said plainly. Then let's go quickly. Wei shrugged. That man hasn't come out yet. Go and find the tail beast. Laughter old man, don't worry. Jiraiya was shocked. Nani, looking deep at the paper umbrella. Ah, it's probably a success, right? Obito's actions may not be just this one. P.S. Ask for flowers, ask for tickets, ask for rewards. The corner of Hui's mouth rises. Then, did he succeed? Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Because Obito went to Reiatsu Cave. Asked hurriedly. What's the meaning? Wei glanced at Jiraiya. Chapter 160 Ghetto Statue. Advertisement. After all, Wei no longer pays attention to Jiraiya. Laughter old man, let's go. Jiraiya, who was in shock, was relieved. Walked out of the tent with Wei and headed to the western battlefield. At the same time, the figure of Black Zetsu appeared in a cave. Black Zetsu came under the cave. I saw him take out a scroll from his arms. Hey, do you really want to do this? If he comes out, we will definitely not have good fruit to eat. Because we haven't won the war yet. The other half of White Zetsu complained. Black Zetsu looked at the scroll, speaking with a hoarse voice. Now Obito's plan has failed. If you insist on not letting him out, Obito will definitely lose the war. It's time to let him out. 12 Black Zetsu spread the scroll on the ground. Quick seal in the hand. Chakra surging on Black Zetsu. Impure world reincarnation change. Pat your hands on the scroll. Boom. A brown wooden coffin slowly rises from the ground. Ju, looking at the people in the coffin, nodded in satisfaction. Fortunately, it hasn't been damaged yet. The corners of the mouth rise. Wake up, Uchiha Madara. Mysterious breath radiates from the coffin. One foot sticks out of the coffin, accompanied by the sound of Karakala. Wearing a black tight-fitting combat uniform. The exterior is equipped with red laminated hanging armor. Long black hair flutters with the walk. What? Endless chakra begins to flock to Madara's body. Madara slowly opened her eyes. Battlefield rose Uchiha Madara. Wake up. Impure world reincarnation's body. Here it is. Quote. Madara's gaze swept across the surrounding stone walls. Finally fixed on Ju's body. Speaking respectfully. Master Madara, there was an error in the plan. Obito's White Zetsu army has been defeated. Madara heard this, her eyes were still calm. It seems that this matter can't affect his mood. Advertisement. Madara just nodded, then shook her hands. This body seems a little different. White Zetsu laughed. Master Madara, this is a special order. Black Zetsu says. Master Madara, in the body you left behind, I have joined the Senju cell. Madara heard the words, just nodded. It seems to do something like this to Black Zetsu. Not surprised at all. Sit cross-legged on the ground. Obito must have its own considerations. I won't go there for now. Asked without doubt. Master Madara, you can't beat Feng Youhui with Obito alone. Uchiha Madara for a moment of contemplation. Feng Youhui, that kid. It seems that I finally remembered who Feng Youhui is. After all, the old Uchiha Madara at that time also heard Hui's name. Konoha's genius is nothing. Madara didn't take it to heart. It doesn't matter. In front of these eyes, no matter who it is. There is only a dead end. He opened his mouth and finally chose to close it. Black Zetsu thought in his heart. No matter what, the follow-up plan still needs Madara. On the western battlefield, Obito's injuries have all healed. After all, it comes with White Zetsu. Stand up from the ground. The body is connected to a golem that does not know where. A trace of madness flashed at the corner of his mouth. Lin is waiting a moment. This world will be over soon. At this moment, a few broken body sounds came. Wow. Swish. Count until kunai and shuriken fly towards Obito. Obito's eyes narrowed. Put the Uchiha group fan behind you in front of you. When. A few crisp noises. Kuwu and shuriken are all blocked. Obito looks at the forest in the distance. Since it's here, come out. Anyway, you are also operating, right? Weak. What? Several figures appeared in front of Obito. Kakashi, Tsukumo, and Sakura came first. Advertisement. Several people looked at Obito solemnly. Kakashi finally met Obito. Thoughts in my heart surge. Obito. Obito's face. Kakashi, you are not allowed to call me this name. Kakashi trembled. He understood that Obito became what he is now. He is the biggest hero. Shuo Mao spoke up. Uchiha Obito. Your troops have all been wiped out. When are you going to fool around? Obito heard the words and exploded directly. Mischief. Do you think I am fooling around? Obito puts the fan behind him. This world disgusts me. I will definitely destroy it. Obito squeezed his fist. Only with this power. What? Raw 990. At this moment, several figures appeared beside Kakashi and others. It was Minato and others who came here. Behind them. It is an army of countless ninjas. Everyone glared at Obito in front of them. Minato stepped forward, looking at Obito with a complex expression. Obito, stop here. You have made enough mistakes. Otherwise this world can't bear your existence. Raikage on the side squeezed his fist. Hokage, what nonsense with him. The ninjas behind are also roaring. Hokage-sama, Uchiha Obito is crazy. Yes, we are going to kill him for revenge. Our relatives, friends, revenge for them. I don't know, Obito just smiled. Very good, that's great. The more people come, the more I can feel happy. Hate it, only then can you know the despair of this world. Snapped. Obito slapped his right hand on the ground. Staring at everyone. Feel the pain. Ghetto statue. Chapter 161 vs Ghetto statue. Advertisement. Boom. With a huge roar, a strangely shaped humanoid golem appeared in front of everyone. The faces of the Ninja Alliance army are full of surprise. This kind of thing is illegal, right? Why is it so big? Countless people yelling. It seems unwilling to believe in such a thing. The five shadows in front also looked at Ghetto statue with solemn expression. This is the Ghetto statue Xiaohui said before. Minato said. Oh Yemu snorted coldly. It doesn't matter, it's just a bit bigger. Onoki waved his hand and said to the ninja behind him. Do not panic. Look at Ghetto statue. This is the last war. For the peace of ninja world. Ninjas have been inspired. Oh. There are five shadows here. We will definitely win. For peace. Obito standing on the Ghetto statue. Arms around, looking coldly at the ninja below. Let out a cold snort. It's really ironic, this world. Well, before that, let's play with you. Then, with a big wave. Ghetto statue. Destroy them. Roar. The huge golem starts to move. No need to use any ninjutsu. A strong body is fundamental. The huge soul stomped on the ground fiercely. Puff. The impact generated is beyond the ninjas to resist. Ghetto statue's hands hit the ground fiercely. Scatter. Minato yelled, and everyone's bodies hurriedly dispersed. Boom. It was stepping on the place where the ninja army just stood. Some ninjas with poor strength were trampled to death. What? The people who jumped far away looked at the devastated Ghetto statue. Raikage gave orders to the ninja behind him. Ninja joint military long-range ninjutsu attack. Leave the rest to us. Hi, Lord Raikage. Wang glanced at each other and nodded. I saw Leishi chakra flashing on Raikage's body. What? Raikage instantly disappeared from everyone's sight. Obito watched this scene condescendingly. The figure of Raikage appeared in front of Obito. Advertisement. Smelly kid from Uchiha's family. Go to hell. Lateral bolt of pain. Chop. Facing the last boss. Raikage didn't dare to be careless. The start is a big move. Thunder flashes above the right hand. Slashed at Obito's head fiercely. Obito doesn't seem to perceive it. Ignore Raikage's offense. It's done. Raikage's face is happy. The hand knife filled with thunder and lightning passed through Obito's body. Obito's head tilted, glancing at Raikage. Raikage, you really don't have a long memory. Raikage is blocked by huge shadows. Nani? Raikage was surprised. I saw a huge fist slamming on Raikage's body. Smash the ladder to the ground. Wow. Boom. Raikage's body fell heavily to the ground. Raikage. Master Raikage. Gokage and the ninjas hurriedly shouted. Raikage's body emerges from the bottom line. There is blood on the corner of the mouth. Wipe the blood. Raikage looked at the ghetto statue in front of him angrily. Humph. A mere evil demon. Boom. The lightning-style chakra on Raikage bursts into full force. Lightning-style chakra mode full on. Shadows, don't you guys do it yet. System. The voice fell, and Raikage had appeared in front of ghetto statue. The fist hit the ghetto statue fiercely. Puff. The huge anti-shock force is fed back to Raikage from the ghetto statue. Nani? Raikage yelled bad. What a hard body. Ghetto statue looks at Raikage's numb body. Unceremoniously, I wiped Raikage in my hand. Ah, Raikage's scream came out. What? A yellow figure appeared beside Raikage. Rubbing the blue balls in my hands. Rasengan. Boom. It hit the ghetto statue's wrist fiercely. Loosen your wrist. Advertisement. Onoki floats behind Raikage. Stupid kid. This time you are suffering. Raikage heard the words and curled his lips. I am really reckless. Slowly fall to the ground. While Minato is entangled with ghetto statue. Onoki floats behind Gaara. Put your hands on the gourd behind Gaara. Ultra light and heavy rock technique. Gaara instantly felt that the sand behind him became unusually light. Onoki nodded with satisfaction. Terumi Mei and Gaara, who watched aside, said. Quote. Kitty Fengying, I have lightened your sand. Mizukage, cover us from the side. Cover us from the side. Gaara nodded. Terumi Mei's hand quickly seals. Water style mist shinobi technique. Everything around the ghetto statue is obstructed by dense fog. Onoki floated on Raikage's back again. Also applied a buff to Raikage. Go, Raikage. The thunder chakra mode on Raikage is turned on again. The body appeared in front of the ghetto statue more quickly. Ghetto statue noticed Raikage's movements. Fist hit Raikage. I saw countless sand pouring out of the ground. Sand monster wrist. Two sand hands firmly grasped the arm of ghetto statue. Then, the ground of the ghetto statue began to sink. Nonuo's prison sand burial. Ghetto statue's ankle is covered. The action is stagnant. At this moment, Raikage appeared in the belly of ghetto statue. A trace of contempt flashed in Obito's eyes. Raikage, you know it's useless. Raikage holds up the knife in his right hand. How can I know the result if I don't try it? Thunderfury level Chiyo Mai. Onoki behind him also released ninjutsu at the same time. Earth-style aggravated rock technique. Raikage's weight soared in an instant. Bang. Change. Lateral bolt of pain. Chop actually directly scratched the body of ghetto statue. Obito's face was shocked. Nani? Ghetto statue gave a pain. The body slowly fell towards the back. Puff. Ghetto statue's huge body fell to the ground. Chapter 162 come out. 10 Tails. Advertisement. With the ghetto statue falling to the ground. Gaara and others gathered together, panting and breathing. Look at the fallen ghetto statue together. What? Obito's figure appeared in front of everyone. Wying is still very capable. Raikage snorted. The kid from Uchiha's family. What do you have to rely on now? Be obedient and catch it. What? Raikage rushed towards Obito with Onoki on his back. Obito took out the Uchiha fan behind him calmly. Uchiha rebounds. Woolen cloth. Raikage flew out directly. Minato, holding trait kunai in his hand, asked. Obito, that's enough. Obito has a terrible face after hearing this. No, not enough. I want to create a world with Lin. Puff. The voice just fell. Minato appeared next to Obito instantly. The sword of forbearance in his hand slashed across Obito's body fiercely. Obito pupil 990 shrink. How could this happen? I have clearly removed the mark. Minato standing in front of Obito. Speaking to him with a serious face. Obito, the mark cannot be removed. Obito spit out a mouthful of blood. Before the world is destroyed, I won't die. I saw Obito waving the fan in his hand. Repel Minato. Aren't you going to give up? Obito. Kakashi looked at her old friend with a mixed mood. I almost fell into the abyss once. Living by the words of Wei and Obito. Now, my best friend is standing in front of me. But the strength of the two has already been very different. Obito listened to Kakashi's words. The hand holding the Uchiha ball fan trembles lightly. That is an anger. Obito looked at Kakashi ferociously. Tuan fan pointed at the latter. Kakashi, you will definitely die in my hands. But, Before that, advertisement. I decided to play with you. BCFA. I saw Obito not printing. Glance over everyone. Let it play with you. Come out. 10 tails. The voice fell, and there were waves of chakra from the Gedo statue behind Obito. I saw the mouth of Gedo statue grow up. The hands were trembling crazy. The body keeps swelling. The shadows watched this scene solemnly. As this Obito's successor, Minato said, "Everyone, retreat quickly. Look at the expanding Gedo statue." Terumi Mei exclaimed. The people of the Ninja United Army were relieved from shock. Retreat one after another. Run quickly. Back, back. Just listen to a beast roar spreading across the battlefield. Roar. The extremely large body greeted the eyes. The tail beast is only the size of a palm in front of it. Minato clenched his fists, although very unwilling. But it is impossible for oneself and others to defeat it. Master First Hokage, come on now, Minato yelled silently in his heart. At the same time, outside the western battlefield, the figures of Hashirama and Tobirama are rushing towards the battlefield. As for why the two did not come with the big army, that's because they tried to find a deceased before. And it was the Hashirama brothers who discovered this deceased. It's just that they didn't find their deceased. Along the way, the two looked serious. Tobirama asked, "Brother, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that address. He may have sensed our existence early." Hashirama is jumping between the trees. Nodding in response. Madara must have discovered it. The most important thing now is to go to the western battlefield to reinforce it. Tobirama nodded, and the two hurried forward. Look back to the western battlefield. 10 Tails has begun to destroy frantically. In his eyes, Rinnegan scanned the ninja alliance below. It seems that there are a lot of ants. Chakra began to condense in my mouth. Advertisement. Everyone was shocked. After all, they have had the experience of confronting the tail beast. You can tell at a glance what it is. Minato waved his hand. Everyone, use Earth style. Yes, Master Minato. Countless ninjas stepped forward and began to seal. Earth style Earth flow wall. Earth style Earth flow wall. Earth style Earth flow wall. In an instant, countless Earth walls rose. The tailed beast bomb from 10 Tails has also been brewed. 10 Tails' body is leaning back slightly, charging up. Launch. Swish. The huge tailed beast bomb rushes towards the Ninja Alliance at a very fast speed. Woolen cloth. Hit directly on the Earth flow wall. It's like a ruin. Sweep all the way. The Tuliubi wall seems to be useless in front of tailed beast bomb. At this time, Minato's figure appeared in front of tailed beast bomb. Flying Thunder God. What? It is the first time that Minato bears the seal of Flying Thunder God. After all, the things I want to transfer are too huge. The ninja army looked at Minato at this moment. A hopeful look appeared on his face. Master Fourth Hokage. Come on. Help. Lord Fourth Hokage. Chakra on Minato is growing rapidly. What? See you in a flash. The huge-tailed beast bomb disappeared before everyone. Not long after, there was a huge roar from the clearing not far away. Boom. Accompanied by huge air waves and shock waves. Even at such a long distance, the ninja feels terrified. Not to mention, if it explodes in front of you, it will definitely die. Minato's figure appeared in front of everyone again. It's just that his condition is not good at the moment. Panting heavily, half kneeling on the ground. Look at the head of 10 Tails. There is a figure standing there. Obito. Chapter 163 Ninja United Army vs 10 Tails. Advertisement. The people of the Ninja United Army looked at Minato's figure. Can't help clenching his fist. Master Minato. Master Fourth Hokage. Obito looked at Minato with admiring eyes. As expected of Mrs. Minato. Yellow flash. Such a huge-tailed beast bomb can be transferred away. It's just that from your look, it doesn't seem to be easy. Minato still gasped, staring at Obito. System. The figures of the other four shadows appeared beside Minato's. Naruto, you restore chakra first. Leave it to us now. After Onogi finished speaking, he lay on Raikage again. Let's go. 5 shadows. After all, Raikage's body rushes towards Obito. Terumi Mei's hands behind him are sealed. Water-style water dragon bomb. Swish. The huge water dragon quickly crossed the Raikage. Chakra riot on Raikage. Hit lightning style on water dragon bomb. Combination. Lightning water dragon bomb. Roar. The huge thunder dragon rushes towards 10 Tails. 10 Tails on 10 Tails sway wildly. I want to wave my hands to stop the thunder dragon. At this time, Gaara stepped on the sand cloud and came to 10 Tails. Quick sand storm. Boom. The majestic sand instantly buried the lower body of 10 Tails. Between the shaking of the 10 Tails beast's body, Thunder Dragon has come to 10 Tails. Boom. The Thunder Dragon hit the head of 10 Tails directly. Roar. 10 Tails let out a scream. There is more anger in the cry. It's 10 Tails. It was attacked by a bunch of ants. 10 Tails' eyes swept across the shadows in front of you. Sniff. The huge palm of the right hand came to the shadows. The pupils shrank after a few people. Not good. Boom. The shadows turned into streamers and smashed on the ground fiercely. Ahem. Raikage spit out a mouthful of blood. Advertisement. Slightly helpless looking at 10 Tails entering the raging madness. It seems that some don't know what to do with him. Right now, chakra condenses in Ten Tails' mouth again. Not good. Here we go again. That trick again. Exclaimed from the crowd. This time the ninja has no courage to display Doryubi. Because they know, that's just doing useless work. At this time, system. What? Two figures appeared in front of everyone. It is Senju Hashirama who just arrived, and Senju Tobarama. Hope seems to have rekindled in everyone's eyes. Shouted one after another. Master First Hokage. Master Second Hokage. The two were not immersed in the shouts of everyone. Hashirama turned his head and looked at Minato, who was still recovering chakra. How? Is chakra abundant? Minato nodded. Ah, Lord Hashirama, although he has not recovered. But using that trick should be no problem. At this time, behind the crowd, the figure of Third Hokage also appeared in front of everyone. Is that Lord Third Hokage? Sarutobi-sama. Sarutobi Hiruzen came in front of Hashirama and Tobarama. Tears in the eyes. Master Hashirama, Teacher Tobarama. It's been a long time. Tobarama looks at the old third generation. Monkey, you are getting old too. Sarutobi Hiruzen laughed. Look over Minato. Ah, although I am old, I have chosen a new successor for Konoha in the future. Tobarama nodded. I feel this 10 tails chakra, when it comes to. Okay, I'll talk about it later. Now solve the current crisis first. Yes, Teacher Tobarama. Yes, Master Second Generation. Third Generation and Fourth Generation responded. What? The figures of 4 people instantly appeared around 10 tails. Advertisement. Please ask for flowers. Jayan in your hands. Pat your hands on the ground. 4 red yang formation. Swish. Wow. Swish. Wow. The 4 red walls of light that open up to the sky rise. Surround 10 tails in the middle. A trace of contempt flashed in 10 tails' eyes. The tailed beast bomb in my mouth spews out. Puff. Tailed beast bomb hit the 4 red yang formation hard. In between, the red barrier of the 4 red yang formation gradually expanded. Just when it seems to be unable to survive. Boom. Tailed beast bomb exploded beside 10 tails. Roar. Everyone only heard the roar of 10 tails from the 4 red yang formation. But I can't see the situation of 10 tails. The smoke is gone. 10 tails is unharmed. First generation's eyes condensed. It's not over yet. Base. In between, lines appeared on Hashirama's face. Sage mode. Open. Sage art front cover. The huge Myojin gate fell from the sky into the 4 red yang formation. Seal all the tails and heads of 10 tails under the Myojin gate. Roar. 10 tails makes an unwilling voice. It seems to want to break the seal. First generation shouted to the ninja coalition army behind him. Listen to my orders. Attack 10 tails. The spirit of the ninjas, since the moment the first generation appeared. It becomes different. After all, that is the existence known as the god of the ninja world. Everyone clasped the weapons in their hands. Yes, Lord First Hokage. Kill 10 tails. First generation opened a door around the 4 red yang formation. Everyone rushed towards 10 tails. At this moment, Obito's figure appeared by Kakashi's side somehow. Kamui in the right eye turns. Put your right hand on Kakashi's body. Kakashi, I am going to kill you now. Chapter 164 Obito, Kakashi. Advertisement. Obito's arm clung to Kakashi tightly. As Mangekyo Sharingan turns, the figures of the two disappeared on the battlefield instantly. Naruto on the side wanted to step forward and grab Kakashi. But it's a step too late. Ms. Kakashi. Naruto yelled, calling Kakashi's name. Sasuke stood by Naruto's side. At the end of the crane, trust Mrs. Kakashi. He will definitely win. Naruto nodded silently. Looking at the sealed 10 tails in front of me. A trace of anger flashed in his eyes. Sasuke, help me kill 10 tails. Sasuke pulls out the sword behind him. Ah, I am also very angry. I saw the 3-hook jade in Sasuke's eyes spinning wildly. Soon it became like Mangekyo. On the side of 583, Naruto also broke out with an amazing chakra. The first generation who was guarding the enchantment on the side. Looking at the figures of the two. Thought of, my dear friend, I miss that time. What? The 2 figures of Zuoming have appeared in the barrier. At this moment, abnormal changes occur suddenly. The sealed 10 tails roared. Roar. Countless monsters began to split. Fingers, arms, body. Every part starts to drop monsters. The ninjas looked at this scene, shocked beyond description. Roar. Countless small monsters screamed to the sky. Looking at the ninjas in front of them, they rushed up unceremoniously. As coming, the ninja in front shouted. Everyone looked at the 10 tails split body with solemn eyes. Fire style great fireball technique. Water style water dragon bomb technique. Earth style earth fist. The ninjas showed off their offensive ninjutsu. Woolen cloth. Boom. In an instant, the explosion sound continued. Zuoming and the two naturally don't want to fall into the wind. The two looked at each other and waved the sword in their hands. Cut towards the monster's body. Thorn it. Puff. Advertisement. With the passing of time, everyone's physical strength, chakra, began to decline. Little Sakura joined Class 7 at some point. They inherited Sanin, madly killing monsters on the battlefield. The 3 of them looked at 10 tails that seemed to be endlessly produced. Gasping loudly, I can't go on like this. You have to attack 10 tails. Sasuke wiped the sweat on his face and said. Naruto nodded in agreement. Ah, but to get there, you have to step over them. The three of them looked at the countless monsters in front of them. I saw 3 people bite their fingers at the same time. Snapped, snapped, snapped. His right hand slapped on the ground. Summoning technique. Puff, boom, puff. With 3 huge clouds of white smoke, 3 huge summoning beasts appeared in front of everyone. Naruto's right hand fisted into the palm of his left hand. Let's go. Oh, little Sakura's hand seal. Peihao technique. Katsuyu-sama, please. The huge body of Katsuyu splits into countless small Katsuyu lying on each ninja. Naruto is going crazy with Sasuke. Soon the two arrived not far from 10 tails. A huge Rasengan is condensed in Naruto's hands. Sasuke used Susanoo at the same time. Sage Art Wind Style Spiral Shuriken. Inferno Style Flame Control. Black flames hovered on the spiral shuriken. The attacks of the two blasted the head of 10 tails fiercely. Roar. Success. Naruto waved his right hand happily. A smile appeared on Sasuke's face. Minato watched the two attack work. Happy smile on his face. The jet black arrows and windmills, this trick is called Scorch Style 0. A breeze blew, and no one heard Minato's murmur. Well, forget it. Worthy of being a named Ghost Minato. The smoke is gone. The body of 10 tails reappeared. The combined ninjutsu did cause a huge attack on 10 tails. At this moment, 10 tails' head became scorched black. Advertisement. The black flame covered the body of 10 tails. Make it feel abnormally painful. At the same time, inside the Kamui space. The battle between Kakashi and Obito has entered a white-hot stage. One who wants to save a close friend. The other one wants to destroy the world. The physical attacks of the two are dazzling. What? The two separate. Obito's hands are sealed. Fire-style Great Fireball technique. Kakashi's eyes condensed, and his body jumped to the side. Easily avoid Great Fireball. At the same time thunder flashed in his hands. Thunder Tiger kills all. Thorn. The Raikiri in his hand instantly transformed into the form of a Thunder Wolf and ran towards Obito. Obito snorted disdainfully in his nose. Fire-style Blasting Wind Flurry. The Kamui space is beginning to twist. A storm is formed quickly. And from it, endless flames are emitted. Fire Snake kills Thunder Wolf along the way. Shoot at Kakashi quickly. Mangekyo in Kakashi's eyes spins fast. Water-style Water Barrier. The waterfall-like volume of water forms a wall of water from bottom to top. Boom. Ninjutsu collision of the two. Produce huge water vapor. Puff. Obito scanned the surroundings with his eyes, watching the movement vigilantly. At this time, 5.3 Kakashi suddenly appeared beside Obito. Thunder flashes in his hands. Obito is disdainful. Pull out the Uchiha group fan behind. Uchiha rebounds. Boom. Kakashi's body turned into white smoke. Obito's pupils shrank. Nani. Pipey. The sound of thunder came from behind Obito. Raikiri. It turns out that the Kakashi clone just now was a bait that Kakashi deliberately released. Looking at Raikiri getting closer and closer to him. Obito's expression is healed. The body does not retreat but advances. A black stick appeared in his hand. Kakashi. Go to hell. Chapter 165 Obito, Fusion of 10 Tails. Advertisement. Peppy. With 2 blood splashes. The distance between the two is widened. Kakashi pulled out the black stick in his abdomen. Obito put his hands on his upper body. Both of them spit out a mouthful of blood. Kakashi endured the pain and stood up with difficulty. Obito. Kakashi. I saw Kakashi grab a few kunai from the ninja bag behind him. Thorn. There is a thunderous chakra flashed by Kumamoto. Obito. I will definitely stop you. After all, Kakashi throws all the kunai in his hand to Obito. Huwu instantly turned into a sky-filled sword formation. Mangekyo turns in Kakashi's left eye. Kamui. Wow. Kunai appeared in front of Obito instantly. Obito's pupils shrank. Not good. I saw kunai stab Obito madly. Not finished yet. Kakashi's figure has appeared in front of Obito at some point. Obito, who is avoiding kunai, has no time to take care of Kakashi who comes in front of him. Thunder and lightning flashed in Kakashi's hands. Thunder 12 Tigers. Puff. Obito's abdomen was broken into a huge hole. Wow. Spit out a mouthful of blood. Obito gritted his teeth and kicked Kakashi away. A black stick appeared in his hand. Endure the pain and rush towards Kakashi. Kakashi flips back and stabilizes the body. Look at Obito coming. Hand seal. Raikiri. The two figures are getting closer and closer. Obito. This is the last blow. Kakashi. Puffy. The sound of 2 sharp weapons entering the body came. Kakashi's Raikiri pierced Obito's heart fiercely. Obito's eyes became blurred. Kakashi. Suddenly, Lin's figure flashed in Obito's mind. No, I can't fall down yet. Obito's expression became extremely hideous again. Advertisement. Mangekyo in the right eye turns. Swallow the bodies of the two. The other side. On the battlefield. Sa Ming and Tu are about to send Scorch Style again. 10 Tails head produces Uzumaki. The figures of Obito and Kakashi fell out of it. Obito fell on the head of 10 Tails. Kakashi hit the ground. Ms. Kakashi. Naruto doesn't care about others. Hurry up to catch Kakashi. Naruto looked at the scar on Kakashi's body. An angry look at Obito. Obito, who was fatally wounded in his heart, coughed up blood. Resist the urge to fall asleep. Obito slapped 10 tails with his right hand fiercely. Next, it's up to you. 6 paths 10 tails pivot. Roar. I saw 10 tails roar to the sky. The huge body shrinks at a speed visible to the naked eye. Hashirama's eyes narrowed. No, it's not simply zooming out. This is. Obito is inhaling 10 tails in my body. Hashirama hurriedly shouted. Obito wants to be 10 tails Jinchuriki. You have to stop him as soon as possible. When everyone heard the words, their bodies trembled. Just when everyone wants to step forward and stop. An extremely indifferent voice appeared beside Taishitu. Long flowing hair, red stack of armor, embrace with both hands. 3 Tomo Sharingan in his eyes scanned the Ninja United Army. The new forehead protector, are you the Ninja United Army? The new generation of ninjas looked at this and the voice was unclear, so. Who are you? The ninja hurriedly said. Everyone, look at his eyes, it's the body of impure world reincarnation. It really is. Are you the dead ninja world powerhouse again? Only Onoki on the side trembled. His eyes are full of fear. Lips light up. Uchiha Madara. Nani? What? This person, Uchiha Madara. Everyone heard the words, the fear in their hearts was infinitely magnified. Even the new generation of ninjas have heard of this name. Advertisement. Ninja Shura. Battlefield Rose. The patriarch of the Uchiha family. Uchiha Madara. Everyone's body freezes. Look at Uchiha Madara blankly. Obito on the side has absorbed 10 tails. The body is wrapped in a black sphere. It seems to be undergoing some transformation. Uchiha Madara looked at the scene with interest. Hashirama and others saw 10 tails disappear. Contact 4 Red Yang formation early. 4 figures of Naruto appeared in front of the ninja army. Hashirama looked at Uchiha Madara with solemn eyes. Madara. Uchiha Madara heard the words and looked away from the black sphere. Look at Hashirama. Uchiha Madara raised her brow. Hashirama. Seeing Hashirama's figure, the battle blood in Madara's body can no longer be suppressed. 583. Pick up the fan on the ground and hold it in your hand. Hashirama. Come and fight. Madara. Just when the two are about to fight. The sound of bells spread to everyone's ears. The two looked back. I saw a slender figure, holding a white paper umbrella. Wearing an inky black kimono. Stepping on the wooden exhibition, slowly walking towards everyone. The bell on the waist makes a sweet sound. Uchiha Madara's eyes narrowed slightly. P.S. Ask for flowers, ask for tickets, ask for rewards. Feng Youhui. Wei looked at the black sphere. Patter. Looking at Uchiha Madara with frivolous eyes. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. After all, you broke his plan. Uchiha Madara gave a cold snort. Feng Youhui stood in front of the two. But, well, I didn't expect to get your appreciation yet. Oh, unexpectedly that the famous Uchiha Madara still knows my name. Wei gave a chuckle. Uchiha Madara's tone is full of appreciation. Prop up the paper umbrella. It's really interesting. This is how 10 Tails Jinchuriki was born, right? It seems that besides Hashirama, another interesting person has appeared in the ninja world.